Shadow the Hedgehog for PlayStation 2, Xbox, and GameCube. If you've already played a three-dimensional Sonic game before, you don't need me to tell you that this game probably sucks. Let's pretend for argument's sake you don't know much about Sonic the Hedgehog. Now what do you think when you see Shadow the Hedgehog? He's black, he's bald, however he does not look like a bitch. Actually, he's more of a sad attempt by Sega to make the Shadow character seem a lot more edgy and extreme. You know, little kids, they like extreme things like extreme Yu-Gi-Oh! And extreme Beyblade. I don't fucking know. I haven't been a kid for like 20 years. Anyway, the game starts off simple enough. Shadow's standing in the middle of the field and can't remember dick all except his name.
Shadow the Hedgehog. Why does that name haunt me? It's the only thing I can remember.
Oh, don't take it too hard, Shadow. You still remember how to eat, sleep, and suck. Anyway, the shit hits the fan, and Dr. Claw tells Shadow that he can tell him exactly who he is, but he's got to get him all 7 Chaos Emeralds in order to do it.
Find the 7 Chaos Emeralds and bring them to me, as promised.
If he says he knows the truth about who I am, then like it or not, I have to believe him.
What? No, you don't. What if he's just lying to get the emeralds from you? God, how can the ultimate life form be so fucking stupid? Oh, before we go anywhere, we have to determine which version of Shadow the Hedgehog is right for you. If you like your Shadow the Hedgehog to have a lousy frame rate every now and then, you should go with the PlayStation 2 version. If you like your Shadow to have even worse controls, worse camera, and the inability to control the second player, you should go with the Xbox version. And if you've got a GameCube, well, if you've already got Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, you may as well finish the set. Anyway, you always start out in Westopolis. Did you forget that already?
Westopolis and Westopolis and Westopolis.
He just loves to say Westopolis. Westopolis, 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 Westopolis. For those of you playing the home game, say that over and over until the words have lost all meaning. Not far into the level, you'll meet up with this familiar-looking guy.
Long time no see. Looks like these black creatures really mean business. Let's you and me show them the thing.
Sonic will play the role of Player 2, much like Tails used to do in Sonic 2 and 3. Except in each level, you have 2 different Player 2s to choose from.
From now on.
You see, there are 3 different ways to do a level. The neutral way, which is to just do the bare minimum, the good way, and the evil way. This would be okay if the Player 2 characters weren't constantly trying to change the objective you're trying to accomplish. If you're working for Sonic and then the Doom's Eye guy decides he wants you to do his thing, you have to switch back to Sonic in order to keep doing the good objective. The whole objective thing was a nice idea, but it's executed poorly. It slows down the gameplay and then it compounds the other problems that Sonic games in 3D have already had. So instead of running really fast from one end of the level to the other, which seemed to work just fine for every other Sonic game, you now have to run around, argue with the camera, and kill X number of enemies strewn throughout the entire level. And if you miss one, you gotta run all the way back and get it again. Oh god, cars. Okay, this is the part of the game I like to call, if it looks really good in an FMV, you can't do it. See this really cool looking move? No, you're not doing that in the game. Deflecting bullets that people shoot at you? No, you're not doing that either. Sega oversells the character. Like other cool people, Shadow can kick ass and take names, but unfortunately, much like Vincent Valentine and Albert Wesker, once you get to controlling them, they can't do shit. And if he's the ultimate life form, why does he need guns and cars? It's like they forgot who he was, and then they just turned him into this extreme guy that everybody's supposed to love because he's so extreme and edgy with the guns and the cars. You know what? Let's get off the first level.
Hey, Shadow! You saw him too, didn't you? Those black creatures floating around here? Time to clean house and do a little exterminating. Get rid of these annoying aliens. Get rid of these annoying aliens. Get rid of these annoying aliens.
I'm sorry, why does Knuckles sound like a New Yorker with a hint of Waka?
I became a guardian to fight sin, yeah?
Still, he's better than this partner.
Oh, Shadow, I'm so glad you're here. Cream went into this weird-looking castle and she hasn't come back out. Will you go in there with me to look for her?
Anyway, yeah, the controls aren't, good. Would you fucking get down from there, Tumorhead? If I'd honestly known that my favorite character from my childhood was gonna degenerate into this, I would have taken up another hobby. What goddamn member of Sonic Team woke up in the morning and thought this was a good idea? Weapons are useless. All you ever do is hit the A button to jump, hit the A button again to attack, but then you go and you miss, and then you die. The partner characters are always fighting over whose sets of objectives you're doing. Why can't they just both be displayed on the screen? There's plenty of room. When you get hit, though, you only lose 10 rings, and that's like the game. It's like the people who made the game admitting, you know what? We fucked up. You get hit way too often. Let's make it so you can get hit a little more often before you die. And let's make Shadow so stupid that he doesn't question when Robotnik says he's an android. I mean, shouldn't you cut yourself open just to check, like he did in Terminator 2? How fucking stupid are you? The only good thing about this game is it's non-linear. So you can go through all the levels really slow, deal with all the characters bitching at each other about whose sets of objectives you're doing, and then get them done, and then you can go to the next level, they can argue, bitch, moan, and some more. The game has about 11 different endings, which is about 10 more times than I'm willing to play through the game. There's some where he takes over Robotnik's army, there's some where he takes over the world, there's some where he's a nice guy. I don't fucking care. You want to know? You know what? Go look at Wikipedia. They're all listed right there. And you know what? They're not really well descriptive, but you know what? That's just all the endings are. It's, I am Shadow the Hedgehog. I have 7 emeralds. I have a fork up my ass, and I'm trying to fill a quota. There were a lot more things I was going to talk about, but you know what? I can't fucking take it anymore. Oh, Sonic! Meet me out in the backyard! I got a present for you!
Shadow the Hedgehog for the PlayStation 2, Xbox, and GameCube. Now you may be wondering, what are my voice of opinions about this game? Well, if you know me, then you would know. But for those who don't, let's dive right into the review.
Discovering the secret of my past will be nearly impossible. I'll take those odds.
Don't let their war kicks get away!
Shadow suffers from amnesia and can't remember whether he was created to save the world or carrying out the orders of the Black Arm, led by Black Doom. The truth to his past lies in the Chaos Emeralds that he needs to collect. Along your journey, you will encounter good and bad guys who will try to convince Shadow to help you. Shadow can follow the mission from the heroes or villains, and the path he chooses will alter the storyline, unlock new levels and cutscenes, and lead him to one of the multiple endings.
I think you're right. I feel it. They're up there. That's where the answers are. I've got to get to that comet.
The story will go on accordingly, depending on which objective he completes. It can be annoying that the opposing side character will try to convince Shadow to follow that mission you don't want to follow. Just pay attention to your chosen character, and you should be okay.
That's another mission! Let's show them a good time! There's just one more! That's all of them!
So in closing, the multiple storylines lead to more options and more hours of gameplay.
Look out and be careful.
He was created as the ultimate life form.
Shadow the Hedgehog's gameplay consists of running to the end of the level as fast as you can, but it also has the concept in play in the form of missions. The main playable character is indeed Shadow. With the second controller, the second player can control the supporting character. The supporting character will travel with you with tips and encouragements.
The pieces are coming together.
The game offers different weapons to choose, guns, swords, or even these in the environment that Shadow can use. And don't get me started with those people who bitch. Shadow can also hop into vehicles. Well, that's not much of a bonus, since Shadow is already moving very fast. Plus, having the same thing can get stale and repetitive. You have one of three options. Follow the path of the hero to find answers for yourself, or fall to the dark side. Many missions will require you to kill the army in the level. This is a tough adjustment at first for Sonic gamers. It's your choice, but racing through the levels can make the game very short. Your actions will determine the outcome in one of the many storylines the game has. The game will also let you use the Chaos Power. The Power of Good will grant you Chaos Control, which lets you warp at fast speed, and can freeze time in the boss fight. The Power of Evil will allow Shadow to unleash Chaos Blast, which creates a huge explosion that wipes out everything in a 20-yard radius. The Choose Your Own Adventure style gives the game huge replay value, and that's definitely a huge positive. The game's controls feel smooth and doesn't seem like it goes all over the place. Depending on which side you take, all the enemies will attack you, which kind of makes sense when the storyline comes into play. Camera, while at times can feel a bit weird, but it's still fine to deal with.
Chaos Blast!
With the levels being dark and urban, or bright and psychedelic, they fit well into the universe of Sonic, as they filled with speed ramps, loops, springs, and other assortments that will rock and shadow like a pinball. I did encounter times where there was a slowdown or a camera glitch, which aren't a huge problem, and overall the action stays consistent with the stuff on screen. It's fun to choose the story path, and it rarely affects the game in a cohesive way.
Don't touch the red fruit. Hey, Shadow! That's one of the Chaos Emeralds.
The sound effects are the same typical sounds you hear from the previous Sonic game. Voice acting is actually decent to well done. Some characters are voiced very well.
Shadow, thanks for your help earlier. Actually, I need to extract some data out of Pokemon database.
Oh, Shadow! Fancy running into you here! There's got to be some kind of peculiar power source that's keeping these ruins afloat. Find it and destroy it!
Hey, Shadow! You saw him too, didn't you?
Shadow, this way. The experimental monsters are in here. They're on a rampage. Please, you're the only one who can protect the army.
Some others were okay, or decent.
Hey, Shadow! Look at this! Eggman's collected rings from all around the world and has built this theme park.
Oh, you think those black creatures are somehow connected with that comet?
Alice, it isn't Shadow!
In my honest opinion, Jason Griffith was great as Shadow, as he shows darkness and tone for Shadow.
I take orders from no one. I do as I decide.
Well, I'm not here to save you. Thought you might say something like that. How about a little friendly competition? Don't waste my time. Get back here.
Enough said.
Take them out using homing attacks.
The music has a dark feeling and fits the atmosphere very well. It also has some charming pieces as well.
I think the elevator will let you get up.
As for the themes, they were awesome to listen to. In my honest opinion, I Am All of Me fits Shadow perfectly. The song itself fits the whole game in 3 minutes and 50 seconds.
Can you see all of me? Walk into my mystery. Step inside the world for dear life. Do you remember?
final verdict is that this was a well-done game, and fans should be pleased with Shadow's debut. I strongly recommend this game, and it's one of the most underrated games that I ever played. It's fast, fun, and it also has retained the elements that make the past Sonic games great. And the multiple directions in the story will take you in will give you a lot of fun to lose a lot of hours searching for the Chaos Emerald. The smooth controls, fun gameplay, massive replay value, and great concepts shines for Shadow the Hedgehog. And that's saying something. If you don't like it because of control, gameplay, etc., that's okay with me. In my honest opinion, give this game a solid buy. My final rating for Shadow the Hedgehog is 9.7 out of 10.
Do you like Sonic the Hedgehog games?
But do you think you would prefer them if they actually did not have Sonic the Hedgehog in them?
Oh, you're in luck. We've got a Hedgehog game with absolutely none of the stuff that makes the Sonic games cool. Here's our review of Shadow the Hedgehog. The legend of Groundhog's Day states that if the groundhog sees his shadow, we can expect another 6 weeks of winter. If there are legends surrounding hedgehogs, it might go a little something like this. Shadow the Hedgehog sucks. Sadly, it's become painfully obvious that Sega has no idea what to do with the Sonic franchise. And instead of letting it retire peacefully, they slapped some lipstick on it, told it to stop crying, and made it go out and dance for another night. First of all, the gameplay is a letdown. It reminds me of what my ex used to say. I'm not mad at your hedgehog, I'm disappointed. Sure, the basic elements from the Sonic Adventure games are here. The large levels filled with obstacles, enemies, and secret paths for collecting rings. But the character control is ridiculously awkward. Shadow spends most of his time gliding about like an ice skater with a brain tumor. And this game has worse camera control than Michael Bay. Every maneuver is made doubly difficult thanks to that infernal camera. Oh, get over! And in some bizarre attempt to make the game edgy, Sega thought it would be a good idea to introduce firearms into the mix. The result turns out to be the exact opposite of a good idea. What's that called? Oh yeah, a bad idea. Sure, you get to blast enemies, but you spend most of your time hunting for ammo and virtually no time running really, really fast, which is what the whole franchise is based on. What's worse is this game could be construed as racist. The Black Aliens.
Black aliens
committed by the Black Aliens.
Black aliens. Eliminate the Black Aliens.
Kill them all. But we must stand united to defend our world against these invaders.
That president seems a little too concerned with the real estate value of his planet now that the Black Aliens have moved in. I bet if it were white aliens, everyone would be all hugs, smiles, and welcome baskets. The tragic part of all this is that any hint of racism makes real hedgehogs cry. But enough of this negativity. Let me think of something good to say about Shadow. Something good, here we go. The levels. They're big, and there's a lot of them. The only other bright spot in this game is this guy.
It's time to make all final preparations for our ritual.
It's good to see Dr. Claw getting some VO work after Inspector Gadget. We actually dug up some of the outtakes in that recording session. Let's take a listen.
Does it say, I'm going to fet you, Shadow, or is that a typo? Get you? Oh, yeah, okay. 3, 2, 1. I'll get you next time, Shadow, next time. What? No? Okay, I just thought I'd throw that in for the fans, but okay. It's your destiny. The power emeralds are... Oh, sorry guys, my bad. Just one second.
I told you never to call me here. Seriously. Later.
Sorry about that, boys. Okay, let's back to one.
Ultimately, this Shadow leaves us completely in the dark. We give Shadow the Hedgehog a 1 out of 5.
Damn it.
Shadow, your obsession with the so-called misdeeds of the Black Aliens is more than a little offensive.
Did you ever consider that the white aliens may have just been doing the same damage, but through corporations or discriminatory laws?
Ways that are accepted by the gun-toting hedgehogs policing the streets. Hedgehogs that would shoot a brother dead if they found him in the wrong neighborhood.
So essentially what we're saying is race war is the only answer.
Right. For the record, I'm 1/64th Indian princess.
After Sega made Sonic Heroes for the Xbox, PS2, and GameCube, somebody at Sega thought, hey, let's look at all the games that are doing better than us, you know, like Knights of the Old Republic, Ratchet & Clank, Halo, you know, better games. Then all of a sudden they thought, hey, let's come up with a game which features Shadow and has guns and stuff. Well, what do you know? They even reused the old engine, but they came up with this. And this game is horrible. Shadow the Hedgehog, this game has so many issues. The graphics are terrible, the gameplay is suckish, so are the guns in the vehicles. And the worst part is that this game tried so many new things but utterly failed on all of them. So how bad is this game? Let's start off by looking at the packaging. Shadow, a hedgehog, holding a gun. And keep in mind, he's trying too hard to be cool in a franchise where blue hedgehogs and enemies trying to take over the world that look like giant eggs. That is in the same franchise as this. Not a good mixture. So, let's dive into this, shall we? And one more thing. Thought I'd give a quick shout out to Wild Heart 2. Thanks for letting me borrow these crappy Sonic games. I really appreciate it because now I can play these garbage games for reviews. The first thing you'll notice when booting up the game is a cool intro featuring Shadow trying to be badass. It is quite possibly the best part of the game. Why? Because there's no talking and the CGI is kind of well done. This is probably where all the budget of the game went into too. I mean, seriously, just look at it. It makes this game look so much better than it actually was. Sure, the song's kind of cheesy, but it kind of goes well with the explosions and shit. You'll like this part. The rest of the game, though, however, does not live up to the intro. In honesty, I think more of the money should have gone to quality control and not the intro. When you start a game in Shadow the Hedgehog, you can either pick Story or Select Mode. Both are the exact same, but Story lets you play through the stages on Lockmore, while Select Mode lets you play the ones you've already unlocked and beaten. You probably want to find a save file with them all unlocked, however. And Library lets you see all the 300 different ending combinations. Of course, you don't want to do them because the game is so broken once you find out. So, the plot of it is that you're a hedgehog named Shadow. After falling from Adventure 2, you only have one thing left in your mind. Your name and a memory of Maria getting shot. And... boom! That's all she ever knows, though. And there's no exclamation until later on, depending on which plot you play. Everyone also talks like this with their side. And now, the Covenant rip-off aliens invade Earth. They send off their generic elite clones and other stuff. Oh, that looks like a hunter. You know, those annoying things you can't kill in Halo.
How pathetic they are. I don't have time for
and then, the leader, who's obviously a rip-off of, you know, all those Covenant leaders who are like, I am the Covenant. Those humans are stupid. We need to destroy the universe by acting all 7 Halo. Such a ripoff. And then after you see that, you get thrust into the city. And then the crap fest starts. The plot's kinda cheesy, but the whole game is designed around it. And replaying it. Kind of a dumb idea. Then you see the thing that tells you which stages you've unlocked. And then it loads. And this takes forever. I actually thought my PS3 was having issues, and I almost pressed the PlayStation button to reset it. But it finally loaded after like 15-20 seconds. Then the corny music starts, and the slowdown starts too. As you start the very first level, the game starts to slow down. This mostly happens in the PS2 version, and also somewhat in the Xbox version due to the fact that Sonic Team can't properly program a game. But while you run and the game lags, you find out that there are a bunch of enemies, and that there are 2 bars. The gameplay is pretty much the same as Sonic Heroes, except with 2 differences. There are 2 sides, and there are weapons. The controls are horrible. You will find yourself skating all around the place. And you'll find yourself using the guns only because the homing attack gets you killed all the time. It's cheap, homes on everything, even if you're trying to be on one side, like humans, for example. The guns are horrible too. The aiming system is non-existent. This game takes the fun out of a shooter game. Imagine playing a shooter game that made every game look boring. So while there's a lot of slowdown, there's also several missions you can pick. You know what problem? It's hard to pick them sometimes. You just want everyone to shut up. One side tells you how to get the good objective, and the other tells you how to get the other objective. The only problem, they're both annoying, so you'll just want to turn them off.
What the heck is HQ doing?
While this slows down, you'll also find out that either way, you're always going to get killed by enemies. If you jump, press square to shoot, you'll find out that the weapons don't even work that well. But not only that, but their ammo is extremely limited. Every weapon has ammo. Even the alien weapons, like the swords. I didn't know swords had ammo. There are also 3 objectives in a level, usually. Sometimes there's 2. Either you can be normal, which keeps you in the line you're going. All you gotta do is beat the mission. And then there's Dark and Hero missions, which are exactly the same as Chaotic's missions, and are pretty much do X, kill X enemies, or all the enemies in the level, and that stuff. For this first run, I'm going to try to do all the missions normal, because those are extremely easy, and they also aren't as cheap. After you fill up 1 meter, you will unlock either Chaos Blast or Chaos Control. Chaos Control shoots you through the level. You do not want to do it if you're on a side though, because you might miss the objective. They also constantly switch the side you're on. Like 1 minute you're supposed to be doing you want to do the dark side, then next thing you know some hero guy comes in and says, "Hey dude, kill X!" And all you gotta do is, well, the weapon switch controls are also bad too. Half the time, it doesn't even switch right. And you can only hold 1 weapon at once. The weapons are kinda useless, however, since you're still gonna get killed. But then again, so is Spin Dash, because Spin Dash gets you killed too. In fact, doing anything in this game gets you killed because it's so cheap and so broken. Whenever he dies in a cheap death like that, he always says that. And that is also how you feel once you play this game too. You'll be saying that a lot too, once the cheap camera, the crappy controls keep killing you. In other words, this game sucks already, but let's try playing more. After another extremely long load screen, we get another bad cutscene. The graphics are even worse than the stage levels. While they don't slow down or run at 10 FPS, they look like an early Sega Dreamcast beta. Just look at these.
due to its weakened defense system.
Look at those textures.
Downtown Westopolis has been almost
I've seen better graphics from the Sega Saturn. I'm not even making this up. I've seen Sega Saturn games with better 3D than this right now.
The troops now, and if you find Shadow with
the voice acting is also kind of crappy too.
Sir, isn't Shadow on our
well, the dialogue is.
He's evil and he's the
I know the people who are doing this can act, but who wrote this dialogue? It sucks just like the graphics. Afterwards, we get warped to another bad cutscene featuring shiny models from Heroes running on the exact same engine. And then we're in the next stage, featuring more forgettable music. Well, actually, I forgot to mention, but all the music in this game is forgettable. It's just corny metal stage after stage. And then while the game runs about as fast as a PowerPoint by a little kid, you'll just be slubbering and sliding around, trying to open boxes and find a weapon that's useful and doesn't just spam all over the place. And the homing attack is pretty useless against half the enemies too, because it's just broken. And then, when you're trying to move the camera around to pick up another weapon, you'll find out that not only does the weapon control barely work, but yeah, if you're trying to play as neutral or good, they'll still shoot at you.
Stop attacking the good guys.
No, they're not the good guys when they're trying to kill you. I mean, how would it feel if you played Halo and everyone was shooting at you? Marines and the Covenant. That would just be pointless. No, not just pointless, utterly pointless.
Help! We're being sucked in!
Please fire the script writers. Thank you. By the way, just like I said, your guys will change all the time in the middle of the level, no matter which side you pick. And by the way, you know how I mentioned about swords having ammo? They use up whenever you hit something, but not when you actually, well, like I said, not when you actually just whack around. Unlike in Halo, well, just like in Halo. Man, that's kind of dumb. But after you whip them, in the slowdown that is, while you're trying to kill them, you'll pick up a weapon, if you can grab it. And you'll find out that, yeah, swords have ammo. I just picked up that sword for ammo. I didn't know swords had ammo. Next thing you know, we'll be able to use a gun as a rocket launcher. Because that is just kind of dumb. The gun system can also be used to break some of the obstacles. Just whack it whenever there's a bunch of boulders coming at ya.
Help! We're being sucked in!
Help! I'm being killed by this repetitive dialogue! And these slow PowerPoint animations. The next level is even worse. While it runs really slowly, you are forced to see the worst possible helping character of all time, Charmy B.
I need to find the chaos.
Let's find those top secret discs.
I need to find. Let's find those top. I need
to find Seriously, Charmy, you suck dick. Just listen to that. It sounds like shit. Then, you walk through, and guess what you see?
Hey, Shadow. I gotta ask.
No!
Told me that he wants me to find 5 top.
Shut up!
What's a top?
Shut up! Are you a dumbass? It explains itself in the name. Dumbass. Okay, looky here. I'm in the forest of yellow piss. I keep bouncing, but... Oh shit. The AI broke, and you just pushed the thing I'm supposed to get down. I'm not even on the vehicle! This is bad scripting. I just broke the game.
This can't be.
This can't be. I just got into a script error. Piece of shit. No. Damn, not here. Since the game won't let you make several save files, I decided to use my PlayStation 3 to create an internal memory card. I then assigned it to Shadow the Hedgehog for a second memory card. It doesn't work that well if you have a real PS2 because you have to get another memory card, but if you have a PS3, it means you don't have to make save files. Because this game only lets you have one save file. Now, for the hero mission. Every hero mission is pretty much the same shit each time. Run around, find the objective. The only problem is, the objectives in this game are pretty broken. So all you'll end up doing is killing yourself once you keep falling off, and you'll also be backtracking a whole lot just to get to an objective and be sure you killed all the aliens in the stage. Looky here, I'm at the very end of the level, and you know what? I have to backtrack. They even designed it so you have to backtrack. That is stupid. I should not have to track the whole level just to find one object. And even when you walk through, they just say scripted lines even though all the enemies are dead. Bad scripting. There's also a horrible multiplayer mode where if you have two PS3 or PS2 controllers, you can get a friend and play it. You shouldn't do this, however, because if you have your friend play this mode, he won't be your friend much longer. What you get to do is you pick a Shadow reskin. You can pick your favorite recolor. Two of them actually look like Shadow, and others are just metal reskins that look like Terminator ripoffs. After all, Sega can't make up their own shit. So let's just pick this Shadow. And you can also pick a map. There's only 3 maps to play as, and they're all pretty much generic jump around maps. I'll pick the top one. They have no names either. So yeah. When the map finally loads, that is, because the load times in this game are horrible, then you can have you and your friend suffer.
I know you're just a fake. Let's see which one of us is the fake then.
Oh look, they're the same. They're just recolored. And then the whole mode is just running around in a horribly done 20 FPS arena, trying to look for weapons and stuff. You can also there are also random enemies you can kill just for weapons and shit. Don't even bother with this mode. Any attempt will run to your friends? Ex-friends. There's also a second multiplayer mode, which is undocumented, only in the GameCube and PS2 version. You can hook up a second controller and control the other player, or the other character. They have to be one of the... pretty much anyone is able to do it, except for Eggman, Black Doom, and Charmy Bee. Otherwise, it's kind of boring. It's not on the Xbox version either. So, in other words, it's kind of pointless if you own an Xbox. And now for the final verdict. So, if you want an idea on how bad Shadow the Hedgehog for the PS2, GameCube, and Xbox was, let's just say this. This game happened to kill the Sonic franchise for a while. It pretty much told all the fanboys, guys, your games suck. Please don't buy any more shit from us. But it sold well enough to be a greatest hit game, but then again, I think a lot of people were disappointed when they bought this game. So this game sold poorly, managed to kill the franchise, pretty much. The next game in the series, which I am not going to review and I don't have, I'm not going to review because I don't have it though, Sonic 06 is even worse. Sonic 06 took everything wrong with this game and made it worse. Sure, it didn't have guns, but it had a horrible plot, which was even worse, more glitches. It's pretty much like an extra crappy version of this. Imagine if there was a limited crap edition of this game. It would be it. But this game, in other words, it just did this to the Sonic franchise. Now, how do you think people like this game? Well, just look on the internet. You'll find 10-year-old kids who think this game's actually good. Just look at this video.
And then we have like Shadow the Hedgehog with guns in a first-person shooter.
It's like, oh, you see, the game sucked because it wasn't in first person, and you didn't have kill streaks.
Yeah, I know. Everyone's entitled to their own opinions, but I'm just saying when you have games this bad, it's pretty hard to defend them, especially when they have so many glaring problems. In other words, don't buy this game. If you want a better game, go get like an actual shooter game. If you want guns, get a shooter game. If you want guns and platforming, get Ratchet & Clank. If you want a fun game, definitely don't get this game. In other words, garbage. Don't buy this game ever. You can also find this game in your local city dump, so if you want to get this game, just go back to your city dump and hope you find it. Of course, you'll regret it once you play it. In other words, thanks for watching, subscribe for more, and please don't buy any more crappy Sonic games. If you want Sega to make their games better, don't buy them. Thank you and have a nice day.
Game of Shadow the Hedgehog, I have to point something out to a few people. Several of you have taken it upon yourselves to point out to me that, oh, Darkness, you're reviewing the wrong version of this game because the GameCube version is like so much better than the PS2 version. Now, I have never owned the GameCube version. I own the PS2 version. However, I have had the courtesy of playing the GameCube version quite a bit. And guess what, people? The GameCube and the PS2 versions, they're the same fucking game! I see no blatant difference in terms of the actual gameplay, the music, the graphics, nothing! They're the same! There's one difference that's been pointed out to me. One single difference that wasn't even on my list of complaints with the game. Then that is, when there's a lot of stuff on the screen, the frame rate lags a bit. It's not even that big a deal, and I actually could ignore that. I have so many more issues with the game, and these issues appear in both the GameCube version and the PS2 version. Just because I don't own the GameCube version doesn't mean I haven't played it, and does not mean that I don't know it's the same piece of shit that it is on the PS2. Granted, I never played the Xbox version, so maybe that's a lot worse. But hey, you people seem to think the GameCube version is so much better. It's not! But let's not dwell into that anymore. Let's move on! Now, to start out this review, I figured we'd go over the opening cutscene first, because there's a lot to discuss in terms of the cutscene. Because it seems to really hype up the game to be more than what it is. I mean, if you look at it, it looks pretty cool at first. I mean, seriously, this does look really awesome, I will admit that, and wait a second. Why is the moon there? Didn't Eggman just... You know what, never mind. I'm not even going to dwell into that. That's just a small technical thing that really should not be there, because Eggman destroyed the moon in Sonic Adventure 2, but whatever. I'm still at a mystery as to why Shadow is riding a motorcycle. It's really odd to me as to why he needs vehicles or weaponry. But, as I said before, the opening cutscene hypes up everything. It just shows you all this stuff that makes the game look like it's going to be so cool. But the problem is, this is a big lie. It's all a lie. It's just like Sonic Next Gen. Granted, this game is better than Sonic Next Gen, but even so. Now, I will say this. The cinematic graphics of this game look absolutely extraordinary. I mean, seriously, look at this cutscene. You can see the individual blades of grass. That's how detailed they were with these cinematics, and I do like the game for this. They spent a lot of time on this, but the problem is they let everything else go to waste. Because once you start the game, you quickly begin to realize that something is very, very wrong. The in-game graphics look like absolute shit. In its purest form. I mean, the textures are bland. Shadow looks shiny for some reason. And just everything about it looks really bad. And let's go into the controls. We've already said the graphics are bad in-game. The controls are horrible. Brutal. Just absolutely atrocious the way you have to control him. He just feels slippery the entire time. You're skating around like a friggin' lunatic, and you can barely control where he goes. Plus, another problem is whenever you run, he runs the same speed, no matter whether you're going uphill, downhill. The only time he'll change speed is if A, you stop, or B, you hit a boost pad. Every other time, he's running the same exact speed, and he goes off at like Mach 2 instantly when you press the analog stick forward. There's no speed up time, and this can be very disorienting if you're starting the game out for the first time. I know it was disorienting for me. It's really fucked up. Now, the gameplay, as far as, you know, what you do, there are 3 missions in most of the levels, 2 in some of them. And you have to select which mission you're going to do. One of the key points of Shadow the Hedgehog was that you'd be able to select Shadow's path. And there are quite a lot of endings. There's quite a bit of replay value if you care at all about the story. And that's why a lot of people play. That's why I was playing, and I can tell you that much. Because I sure as hell wasn't playing it with stupid-ass gameplay. It's just so bad with the gameplay. And some of the missions they have you do are absolutely ridiculous. The first level is an example already. This is the first level. Both missions, other than the neutral mission, which is get the chaos emerald. Straightforward. Neutral missions are always just get to the end of the level. Whether it be a chaos emerald there or not. But the good mission with Sonic or the bad mission with Black Doom. With Sonic, you have to kill all the black arms, which are your enemies in the game. Not your enemies in the game. Actually, I take that back, because no matter which side you're on, whether you're helping Sonic, whether you're helping Black Arms, or anyone else for that matter, all the enemies, gun and Black Arms alike, will always attack you for no reason, even if you're helping them. So, there's no point in not destroying all the enemies. In some areas, you have to destroy some enemies, even if you're helping them. The game just doesn't make any sense in terms of choosing your own path, because you're going to end up killing all the enemies anyway. It makes no sense. And as I said, back to the missions. You have to fucking... These first 2 missions, you have to kill every single enemy. Whether Black Arms for Sonic and the gun soldiers for Black Doom. You have to kill all of them in the game. What the fuck? There is no reason for such a stupid mission. And that's not even the worst of it. Let's move on to some other retarded mission they have to do. There's a mission with Tails where you have to, get this, you have to collect rings! And the rings! They couldn't come up with anything better than that? Be a bit more creative, Sega! Seriously! I mean, granted, some of the missions are a bit creative, but most of them are either repeated from past levels, or they're just plain retarded. And speaking of levels, some of these levels are so brutal in terms of their design. I can't even begin to describe it. This city level is perhaps the worst level in the game for 2 main reasons. Reason number 1, the missions they have you do. Black Doom wants you to detonate 5 giant bombs to destroy the city. Knuckles wants you to get rid of all these little bombs in the city to prevent the city from being destroyed. Both of which are really dumb and really annoying for the reason that besides the fact you're fighting the controls all the way doing these, you have to figure out what they want you to do, and Knuckles doesn't like to explain stuff to you for some reason. And the other reason is that this level is so poorly designed. I mean, you skate around all over the place, run, shoot, do all this stupid shit, and then you end up back at the same place you just fucking were 2 minutes ago! This level you can actually accidentally backtrack. There is no excuse for such a stupid thing in a level. I cannot believe it! Shadow has several modes of attack in the game. You already know about the guns, which we'll go over in a second. But one thing I want to discuss is his melee attacks. He has the homing attack, obviously, but one of his things is that there's a melee move you can use to punch and kick your opponents. This is the most useless thing in the entire game. Well, No, not quite as useless as the vehicles, which are far, far worse. But the melee attack, there's just no point in using it when you already have the homing attack. I mean, if they made it decent and deliver a lot of damage, yeah, it'd be useful. But the problem is that it delivers almost no damage, and there's no reason you would ever use it unless you're bored out of your mind. There's also vehicles in the game, most of which serve only to waste your time. There is no reason for these. They control like shit. Their only use is to avoid taking damage while you run into everything. And I mean everything, because controlling these vehicles is just so fucking horrible. There's no point. There's only a couple vehicles that serve any use. This walker is one of them, as it allows you to jump ridiculously high. And that does add to the platforming aspect of the level. So this is an interesting part, but everything else is pretty much useless except the birds, which are, again, another interesting part of the gameplay, I guess. But regardless, the majority of the vehicles, the standard cars you run into and the motorcycles, are completely pointless. The game did do one thing in terms of the combat by allowing you to use Shadow's Chaos powers in certain things. There's 2 Chaos powers you can use. Chaos Blast and Chaos Control. And I do like this, but there's a few problems with both. First of all, Chaos Blast is ridiculously overpowered. You'll be able to use it multiple times. Now, looking at it, you'd think this would be a tactic that would only be used once. But I used it 4 times in this part. It's ridiculous. There's no reason that you should be able to use that attack more than once. It makes the game too easy. Chaos Control is a different story entirely. Again, it makes the game too easy by letting you bypass everything. But this is also a problem in terms of certain missions, because some missions require you to, like I said before, kill every single enemy. And Chaos Control goes past those enemies, meaning you are required to backtrack, to go back and finish off those enemies you missed because you used Chaos Control. This is annoying as hell. And another thing, Chaos Control has a glitch, where if it stops over a pit sometimes, it won't go all the way over that pit and you'll fall to your death. Now, granted, usually the game is coded so that Chaos Control will keep going until you're past the you're past the pit. But there is a glitch that will occur where you fall directly into the fucking pit. Now, the last thing to talk about in terms of the combat, the weapons. One thing this game was built around was the fact that Shadow would be using weaponry, and depending on who you were, this was a good or bad thing. I had mixed feelings on it, and now looking back, I thought it was a stupid idea. But I dealt with it, and I can still deal with it even now. This isn't too big an issue in my opinion, as the weapons are actually surprisingly well done. Now, some of them look ridiculously large, but some of them are supposed to be that big. And there is a wide variety of weapons you can use. Besides the human weapons consist of regular pistols, to many different types of machine guns, different types of rocket launchers, some lock on, some not. And the alien weapons consist of mainly laser guns, and some melee weapons, which surprised me. There's a sword, and there's secret weapons to unlock. So Sega did take some time with this in terms of the weapons. But there's a few issues I have with the weapons too. For example, the machine guns. There's really no difference in terms of which machine gun you use. They all pretty much do the same thing. There's no noticeable difference in damage. Now, I prefer some over others, but that's usually just for how they look and not for how much damage they do. Because, like I said, there's virtually none. And the rocket launchers, I never use for the simple reason that they don't do nearly enough damage for being rocket launchers. And the ones that aren't locked on are so hard to aim, because with the machine guns, Shadow will aim it automatically. But the rocket launchers, you have to aim manually, and like I said, aiming it manually isn't worth the amount of damage you're going to get out of it, because by the time you finally aim and fire, you would have killed the enemy already using a standard machine gun. And the alien weapons are pretty much the same as the human weapons, only they fire lasers, and there's really no difference in terms of the weapons besides how they look. Once again, I must reiterate. Some weapons are better than others, like the lock-on rocket launchers are really useful. I do like those. And overall, I will give the game credit in terms of how they did the weapons, but this is a Sonic game. Why are there weapons? It's not necessary. But like I said, compared to how the game operates, the weapons are a very minimal problem with the game. the in-game cutscenes in this game are really, really poorly done. Besides the fact they're running in-game engines, so they don't look good at all. Like I said, the character models are shiny for no specific reason. They just, some of the character movements and some of the lip syncing, just not everything else about them, it just doesn't look good. It doesn't play out very well at all. And this cutscene will lead us into another issue of the game, the boss fights. Besides the fact that they are way too few in number, the boss fights are really aggravating in the sense that they're way too easy.
Bring it on.
Way too easy. Most of them are, anyway. There's very few that are hard at all. This one is just so pathetic. Because what you actually have to do is, there's a very simple way to beat him. Go around and kill all his little minions. Do that until your Chaos Control bar is up. Then, use Chaos Control. It works differently in boss mode. It'll slow down time around you so Shadow's running faster than everyone else, and just unload on his face, and he dies! That took like 2 seconds! And some boss fights are just annoying.
You know what they say, the more the merrier.
Stop saying that!
The more the merrier.
So I've gone over almost every issue I have with this game, with the exception of one. And that issue is this.
Hey, Shadow.
Hey, Shadow.
Hey, Shadow.
Hey, Shadow.
Well, if it isn't Shadow.
Think you can make it down there?
Oh, it's the voice acting! Shadow the Hedgehog is the first Sonic game to be dubbed by 4Kids, and it shows because at this time the 4Kids voice actors had no time to improve, and they just sucked out loud. Their voices consisted from the brutally annoying
Woohoo! Now we're talking. Bring it on.
to the just plain wrong on so many levels
Have you tried going up?
to the really, really weird.
Find the computer room.
I cannot stand this. Like I said, at this time, 4Kids had just sucked out loud. And Shadow's voice, while his voice is actually pretty good, which I'm happy for, the problem I have with him is that he seems to swear for no reason at all.
Where's that damn 4th Chaos Emerald?
Why is swearing necessary in a Sonic game?
Damn, we've been detected.
Oh, FPL's doing it too! That's brilliant! Sonic is not a series that requires swearing. It doesn't need to be all hardcore and awesome. We got guns and swearing. We're totally awesome. This is so unnecessary! Ugh. And as for the voices, well, at least they're not all talking at the same time.
No! Back off, you slime balls!
Oh my god! You didn't do this!
What is that?
Shut up! God! I hate the 4Kids voices in this game. They have improved, but back then, everyone knows. The 4Kids voice actors were just so brutal. And as for the rest of the game, it boils down, if you get all the endings, it boils down to an epic battle with Black Doom. I honestly had some fun at this point. Because, well, you got to use Chaos Spear, which I thought was pretty cool. They actually let you use this Chaos Spear, which they really should have done in Sonic Next Gen. And that I will give the game credit for. It's definitely not nearly as bad as Sonic Next Gen. There are fun parts of the game. It doesn't make up for everything else. There's so many issues I have with this game. And I have played this game and beaten it all the way through. I reserved it. I thought this was going to be good, but Sega screwed us over again with this one. They really did. Well, that's all I really have to say about this one.
Goodbye forever, Shadow the Hedgehog.
Today I am playing the most hardcore video game ever created. Shadow the Hedgehog. Press the A button to continue. Is it gonna do that every time? Press start. Options. Change rumble. One player. Story mode. New file. Insert memory card. Continue without saving.
Shadow the Hedgehog. Why does that name haunt me?
That's you. That's who you are.
Who am I?
Shadow the Hedgehog.
How do you know I'm Shadow?
Because I'm the biggest Sonic fan in the world.
Spare me!
Nope. I think I'm actually supposed to shoot these alien guys instead. God, piece of shit.
Come here! Hey, he's on our side!
He kicked me! I shoot that guy! Wait, why is there a Jeep in Sonic? My walking is like 200 times faster than this.
Deploy the troops now! And if you find Shadow with the black aliens, then kill them all.
But sir, isn't Shadow on our
I
side?
gave you an order, soldier. He's evil and he's the enemy.
He's not evil, he's awesome! I love Shadow the Hedgehog!
I'm going to destroy this damn planet. This is who I am.
He's not evil. Right?
Death to all who oppose me! A Chaos Emerald? You've got to be kidding me, guys. This is like taking candy from a baby, which is fine by me.
That...
Shadow, damn you. It's been 50 years.
50 years since I pre-ordered Sonic 06, you piece of shit.
Justice will finally be served.
No, don't shoot Shadow with a gun. He's good. He's not evil.
You killed everyone I loved.
Alright, maybe he's evil. Die! Die! Die, bastard!
Stop!
No one tells me what to do.
Yeah!
I have my own reasons for collecting the Chaos Emeralds.
Yeah! He's gonna do his own stuff with it. You don't tell him what to do. This game is rated T. They can do anything in this game. They can say hell and damn and shoot people. Look at this stupid guy. I'm gonna shoot him next.
Stop attacking the good guys!
You can't tell me what to do. I'm Shadow the Hedgehog. I'm awesome.
I take orders from no one. I do as I decide.
And I decide that I jump in a tornado.
Help! We're being sucked in! Look out behind you!
But he's directly in front of me.
I wonder if there are any Chaos Emeralds around here.
Cross the river by using one of those floating discs.
Nobody tells me what to do. I jump off of a fucking cliff instead.
Not here.
This yellow water is poison. Don't touch it.
I am Shadow the Hedgehog. I, and only I, know what is best. No one can tell me what to do. This is who I am. Damn it.
Holy shit.
I'm Shadow the Hedgehog. And now, I am the most powerful hedgehog in the world.
Shadow, you're so cool.
I'm the coolest. Behold the ultimate power.
Chicken gun.
Who are you?
Shadow the
Brian
Hedgehog. I'm like Dinklage, the actor. Yes. This is what this franchise needs.
Yes, we did it!
I did it.
Doctor, you're going straight to the place you created me from.
His laboratory?
You're going straight to hell.
Oh.
What?
Goodbye, Doctor. Finally, I've got all the Chaos Emeralds.
Congratulations, Shadow. Through the power of the Power Stones, I shall grant you one wish. What is it that you desire more than anything in this world?
A copy of Shadow the Hedgehog.
It's time for the Shadow the Hedgehog review for the GameCube. When I first heard of this game, I thought it'd be kinda cool. Then when I heard more about it, my impressions turned negative. And then when I actually got to play the game, they went south even more. So let's find out why. The story of this game is about Shadow, of course. It deals with finding out just exactly who he is and what his purpose is for. In the beginning of the game, Shadow is standing outside of a city when all of a sudden, black aliens start appearing out of the sky and start attacking the city. As Shadow ignores them, an alien named Black Doom appears before him, stating that Shadow needs to find the 7 Chaos Emeralds. Hinting that bringing them to Black Doom will reveal Shadow's past, Shadow heads towards the city in search of them. The game's main principle is like a regular Sonic game. You know, getting from point A to point B using your speed. Fun, right? However, in several ways, the game just doesn't stick to what a Sonic game should play like, but we'll get to that in a bit. So as you start a level, or usually play about 5 to 15 seconds into it, you will have the choice on which mode you will want to play, between normal, hero, and dark. In normal mode, you will get to the end of the level by fighting off any kind of enemy and obtaining a Chaos Emerald at the end. In hero mode, Sonic or a Sonic character will join up with you near the beginning of the level and tell you what you need to do, such as killing off all the black aliens in the level. In dark mode, Black Doom will accompany you as you progress and will give you directions on what you need to do in the level, such as killing off every gun unit in the level or setting off a certain number of bombs in the level. Now the thing is, depending on which mode you choose to accomplish within each level, the story will be changed up. Not by a lot, but some. This map shows you which stages you will play, depending on which mode you complete in each level. This is a great setup for replayability. But replayability isn't all that great if the game isn't fun to play, and that's usually the case with this game. I don't understand what happened. SA1, SA2, and Sonic Heroes all had, in my opinion, great gameplay, due to great controls and mechanics, and at a minimal, a decent camera. But that's not what I found in Shadow the Hedgehog, which doesn't make sense, since this game precedes the first three. Why fix something that's not broken? To begin with the flaws, the mechanics of this game can just be so frustrating. It's not necessarily that the controls are bad, even though Shadow's homing attack can mess you up, it's the mechanics of the game. Moving Shadow around feels like you're constantly skating on ice, which can seriously throw you off and make it difficult when you're trying to get through the level. The camera can be very frustrating. It will give you awkward viewing angles, and mixing it with Shadow's ice skating can end with you getting damaged or even dying. The newest feature that probably most people saw at first was that now you can take out enemies with guns. Guns? Really? Why in the world would you need guns while playing? If you're playing as Dr. Robotnik, then I guess I could understand. But seriously, when did the homing attack become boring? Now, if you haven't played this yet, the atmosphere of the whole game is dark. I mean, darker than a regular Sonic game usually is, and adding in the use of guns is supposed to add to the dark character of the game. The problem for me is, it's so abstract from what a Sonic game is. This isn't Resident Evil, or Halo, or Counter-Strike, it's a Sonic game. No, you don't get to play as Sonic, but you know what I mean. Anyway, the gun element, in my opinion, is just pointless. Yes, you do need to use it sometimes in some of the levels, but for me, it's just not that fun. There really isn't a targeting system. There kinda is, but not really. It can get annoying and frustrating trying to shoot down enemies who aren't right in front of you. To add to the darkness of the game, not only Shadow, but other Sonic characters use swearing. Again, what's the point? It's completely unnecessary, and for me, kind of ruins the Sonic world in a disappointing way. Now, they don't use extreme swearing, but still, it's just not needed. The graphics were pretty good. It was very Sonic Adventure 2. It was hard to tell whether or not it was better or worse or even the same as SA2. I honestly thought Sonic Heroes had better graphics. Not really an issue, but I think it could have been a little better. The voice acting was actually pretty good in some parts. However, the voice actress for Rouge was just bleh. Stoic much? It seemed like she had virtually no emotion. Doesn't affect the gameplay, but it's still annoying. Nevertheless, I'd say the overall voice acting was pretty good. The level designs were mostly disappointing. It was more jumping and platforming rather than speeding down a path. And when you did get to speed down a path, it would sometimes seem like enemies would pop out of nowhere and hurt you if you touched them. Shadow's supposed to be fast, but his speed is not demonstrated well in this game. The boss battles weren't too bad. Some of them were pretty fun. However, due to Shadow skating on ice and the homing attack not working properly a good amount of the time, the boss battles weren't as fun as they seemed like they could have been. You have two gauges at the top left and right of the screen. These gauges will fill up depending on which enemies you destroy. If you kill off human soldiers, the left gauge will fill up, and if you kill off the black enemies, the right gauge will fill up. When a gauge is full, you will be able to perform either Chaos Control, which will let you fly through the air at super fast speeds, or slow or stop time during boss battles, or perform Chaos Blast, which will cause a big powerful explosion surrounding Shadow, which can do high damage to all enemies within range. Alright, to be fair, I admit this game can be fun at points. It's not horrible. It is fun enough to keep playing the levels over again to see where the game takes you when you complete a different mode. Some might say that the game just has a steep learning curve. I don't really agree with this though. It feels like the game was rushed. I wish the developers paid more attention to fixing the flaws. Shadow the Hedgehog is not very good. Due to frustrating controls, frustrating mechanics, and a frustrating camera, this game is just frustrating. Now, I do admit that it can be fun at points, and there is a high amount of replayability, but most of it feels like work rather than fun. It feels rushed, and several elements of the game are just not what a Sonic game, or a Sonic spin-off, if you will, should feel like. Now, if you like this game, that's totally fine. I'm happy that you enjoy it. I'm a bit confused if you do, but that's your opinion. In my opinion, though, I just don't really like it. This game gets a 2.5 out of 5 with the title of bad.
Perfect.
Shadow the Hedgehog, the renegade creature from the Sonic universe, now has his own game. Utilizing weapons and his unnatural speed, Shadow must decide who to fight: the aliens, Dr. Eggman, or gun soldiers, as he embarks on a quest to find the truth about his past. Its action-oriented gameplay might surprise and confuse longtime fans, but it still has plenty of the fast-paced, roller coaster running that makes it so fun to be a hedgehog. Shadow the Hedgehog contains many traditional Sonic elements, which means the game is really fast. Fans of older Sonic games will appreciate the classic feel dating back to the Sega Genesis that allows you to race through levels as fast as you can while maintaining just enough control not to plunge to your death. Shadow shares many of the same moves as Sonic, like the spin roll, which can be used to attack enemies or break through areas. Shadow can also collect coins and lose them when he's hit by an enemy. When he's attacked with 0 coins, he loses a life.
Damn, not here.
The gameplay strays from tradition with Shadow's ability to wield weapons. There's a full assortment of guns, swords, and even pieces of the environment that Shadow can pick up and use to take out his targets. He also has the ability to board vehicles. However, this is not much of a bonus when Shadow already moves as fast as lightning.
Make sure the boulders swept up in the whirlwind don't hit you!
While it can be fun to blast through enemies while running at Sonic speeds, many of the missions will ask you to choose one of the armies and wipe them out completely. This forces you to go through the levels slower and more methodically. Since much of what made Sonic games unique in the past was their trademark speed, going through levels more thoroughly can be a tough adjustment at first. Still, it's your choice on what objective you want to complete, and if you want to just race through the levels, you can. This option, however, makes the game very short. As the game begins, Shadow suffers from amnesia and is unable to remember if he was created to save the world or carry out the evil plans of the Black Arms. The truth of Shadow's past lies in Chaos Emeralds he needs to collect. Shadow can follow the missions from either the good or evil side, and the path he chooses will alter the storyline, unlock different levels and cutscenes, and ultimately lead Shadow to one of multiple endings. This choose-your-own-adventure style gives the game replay value that many platformers lack. Depending on which objective you complete, the story will progress accordingly. This makes it annoying when characters appear and try to get you to complete objectives from storyline paths you don't want to follow, so it can be difficult to realize who you need to pay attention to. Overall, the multiple storylines provide more options and ultimately more hours of gameplay. The levels are either dark and urban or bright and psychedelic. Either way, they fit in well to the Sonic universe. They're loaded with speed ramps, loops, and an assortment of other boosts that rocket Shadow like a pinball. From time to time, there's slight slowdowns or camera glitches, but overall, the action stays consistent and tons of stuff happens on screen. While it's fun to jump back and forth between hero and villain missions, all the characters will attack you regardless of which type of mission you're trying to complete. This can make it frustrating to figure out which side you're on in the heat of battle, because everyone's trying to kill you, even the people that are on your side. As fun as it is to follow multiple storyline paths, it rarely affects the gameplay in a cohesive way. And although numerous familiar faces make cameo appearances, Shadow remains the only playable character. Depending on what side you take, good or bad guys will travel with you and give you tips and bits of encouragement.
Pieces are coming together.
As fun as it is to follow Shadow's story, Sonic veterans might miss the chance to play as their favorite hero. Fans of the Sonic franchise should be pleased with Shadow's debut. It's fast and retains a lot of the elements that made past Sonic games great. Also, the multiple directions the story mode can take you in will give you an excuse to lose a lot of hours searching for Chaos Emeralds.
I can't deny it anymore, can I? Fine. Here it is. Shadow the Hedgehog. Yes, I've long denied this game's existence. I'll accept that Sonic 2006 happened. It happened on the 15th anniversary, making it a monumental milestone in Sonic's career that was going downhill as it was. but I consider it a necessary evil. It was a game that was needed to get Sonic back on track to where he used to be. Without Sonic 2006, we wouldn't have the day stages of Unleashed, Colors, and Generations. But Shadow the Hedgehog did not happen during an important time, so it was easy to forget. Or in my case, dismiss its existence entirely. Shortly after Sonic Heroes was released, Sega had posted a poll on their website, asking what Sonic character people would like to see get their own game, and Shadow won by a landslide. Of course Shadow was going to win. He was the new hotness, had a legion of fangirls swooning over him, pairing him up with Sonic in weird and disturbing fan art and stories. I'm not saying that being a fan of something is bad or wrong. In fact, I encourage fan art and fan fiction, but there are some of you fans out there, and you know who you are, that like to take things to disturbing new levels. I really think that poll was just an excuse to get people excited for this game. A game that they could easily fart out in a short amount of time. Well, it should have taken a short amount of time because look at this game. Does it look familiar? Well, it should because it's pretty much a recycled version of Sonic Heroes and not in a good way. One thing that's been recycled is the character models. They have that flat, non-textured color that's extremely shiny and it doesn't work. While I didn't care for it in Sonic Heroes, it at least worked with the bright and colorful graphics. But it doesn't work here. Everything is dark and gritty looking. Also, the old hero models don't look right in this game. If you look at Shadow's model, then you look at Black Doom's model, they look like they're from completely different games. It's like putting an orange on top of a bushel of apples. You're gonna notice. And they also recycled images from Sonic Adventure 2. All they did was just put a Photoshop filter over it, making it look like something from Instagram. Really? You took screenshots from your previous game and badly shopped them? Are you that lazy? Oh wait, I can answer that! Yes they are, because all they did was recycle the Sonic Heroes game engine. The game plays exactly like Sonic Heroes, only they removed the team-based mechanics and added in weapons, a physical attack that does dick, a sucky spin dash, and vehicles. Yes, I know this is going to be a very old joke, but what is this, Grand Theft Hedgehog? It's completely pointless and overcomplicates things. Sonic games, and yes, this is a Sonic game, and I'll talk about that in a bit, are supposed to be simple. Shadow gets a 1-2 punch then kick combo, and it sucks, and I don't mean that it sucks in the normal way. No, it sucks golf balls through straws sucks. It's worthless. The distance required to make contact is so short that you run the risk of actually touching the enemy, taking damage, and being knocked backwards instead of causing damage to your target. The homing attack doesn't even feel right. It's slow, slower than it was in Sonic Heroes. The spin dash is neutered. It doesn't go very far and lacks all the power that it had in the previous titles. You gain no speed from it and quickly lose all momentum. The sliding kick is alright, but controls pretty poorly. And Shadow doesn't control any better either. If you've ever seen a deer walk across a frozen lake, it's kinda like that. Shadow feels a little loose and slippery when he's on the ground. I feel that every little nudge of the analog stick will send me flying in any given direction. It's really bad in certain levels too, like Central City where you're tasked with running across a very narrow sidewalk while the streets are flooded with damage-causing goop. Or in Eggman's volcano base where touching the lava is instant death. But it's not as bad as Sonic Heroes, mainly because it's not constant bottomless pits. Okay, that little rant is over, but it's time to dive deeper into this game. When the game was first announced, I thought it was interesting. Since it's not often a Sonic character gets their own game. Tails got 2 games on the Game Gear, Knuckles got 1 on the failed 32X, and that's really it. And Sonic Heroes brought Shadow back from the dead, but with amnesia. But the question remains, why didn't any of the other characters from Sonic Adventure 2 tell Shadow who he is? It's quite silly when you think about it. Rouge was Shadow's partner in Sonic Adventure 2. She would know who he is. The other characters know that Shadow has amnesia. Either they don't care, or they think that not telling them is funny. Yeah, in Sonic Heroes, Rouge thinks that Shadow is a robotic clone. Maybe that's why she didn't say anything. But at the end of Team Dark's story, Omega effectively confirms that the Shadow that's with them is the real one because he says, you know what they say about cloning, the original has to exist somewhere. And Omega would know that's the real Shadow because Eggman put him in that room to guard Shadow. Yeah, Omega says in the beginning that he must destroy all of Eggman's robots, but I'm willing to go with that he said that in a fit of rage. And after Rouge claims that she's going after the Master Emerald again, Shadow says that some things never change. He knows that Rouge loves jewels, something a robot would not know. Sonic and Shadow work together to save the world from the Ark crashing into it. Why didn't Sonic say anything? He doesn't know anything about this Shadow android stuff. There's even a photo of Sonic and Shadow in front of the White House on the president's desk. It makes you wonder if all the characters are just dicks that only care about themselves and no one else. And I have another question. How does Shadow know how to do Chaos Control and Chaos Blast? No one tells him that he can do that stuff, and even if it was instinctual, how does he know the name of these techniques? Really, is Shadow just too stupid to ask anyone, or are all the other characters just dicks and won't tell him? I'll come back to story elements later. But anyway, when I saw a picture of Shadow holding a gun, I stopped and thought about it. It's quite a different take on a Sonic game, but I thought that it wouldn't play much of an important role in the gameplay. But I was totally wrong. The weapons play a huge role in the combat as they've completely neutered the core Sonic style of gameplay. If we look at Sonic Heroes, the enemies had health bars because the combat system was built around it. You had a power formation that you could use to quickly dispatch hordes of enemies, and if you had the flight formation fully leveled up, the Thunder Shoot was overpowered and broken as hell. So no, you can't play this like a Sonic game that you're used to. And as I mentioned earlier, yes, this is a Sonic game. You can argue that it's not, but you're only deluding yourself. Yes, you play as Shadow and no one else, and Sonic makes a barely noticeable contribution to the game. But it takes place in the Sonic universe, and the last story is also canon to that universe. So yes, it's a Sonic game. So don't deny it, it's not going to make the pain go away. That's what hard liquor's for! Down the hatch. I can feel the pain going away. Because the usual Sonic game methods of attacking are gimped, they actually expect you to use the weapons. And for the most part, they work. The auto-aim will get you through most parts of the game with ease. But there's other weapons like bazookas or rocket launchers that have no auto-aim and require you to be very precise with your aim, otherwise you're going to miss. What sucks is that these weapons are the ones that you'll find quite often in the later stages. Yes, they do more damage, but if you can't hit your enemy, what's the point? And one thing that I find extremely silly is that the melee weapons have ammunition. Hold on a second. Swords have ammunition? How do you reload a sword? Why do things like swords need ammo? That's pointless. You pick up a sword and can only use it 5 times before you can't use it anymore. Are these things made out of plastic? I'm pretty sure a sword can last more than 5 swings before it breaks, or Shadow just gets bored with it and throws it away. But getting more ammo is more of a hassle than anything else. You either have to smash crates, or kill anything with a health bar to get it. But if you're using a weapon you like, guess what? You may not get ammo for the weapon that you want, so you're left with either the choice of switching weapons or conserving ammo and waiting for the next drop. You also have 2 bars at the top. Red is your evil energy that you fill by killing gun robots and personnel, and blue is your good energy for killing the aliens. When either of them is full, you can use Chaos Blast if your evil energy is full, resulting in an area effect explosion, or Chaos Control if your good energy is full and you can warp to a further part of the stage. But when they're full, you get infinite ammo and you're invincible. That pretty much makes the Chaos Powers completely useless. They're useless because when you use the Chaos Powers, it drains the meter faster. It's much more efficient to be invincible and shoot your way through. Chaos Control is only good if you want to get to the goal ring, and Chaos Blast is good for bosses. But you don't want to use those powers if you're trying to complete the Hero or Dark missions, and those are a whole other set of issues. Remember the Chaotix gameplay in Sonic Heroes and how it was all mission-based? Well, this is Chaotix gameplay 2, Electric Boogaloo with a Vengeance. Every stage has a mission, and it's either destroy, kill, or collect a certain number of objects or enemies. This gets so repetitive too. It's akin to grinding for XP in a JRPG. It gets really annoying when you have that one enemy or object that you need to get because you can't find it. That's where this game needs a map or a radar. Considering how badly they screwed up the Emerald Radar in Sonic Adventure 2, I wouldn't trust them to do it again. But a map would be a good thing, especially in Central City where it's a giant maze and you need to find the bombs to either suck them up or set them off, and having a time limit doesn't help either. This is probably the hardest level in the game because of how confusing it can be, as everything looks the same. And you have to do this crap 10 times. 10 times. 10 times. Do you hear me? 10 times if you want to unlock the last story and get the true canon ending. Having to go through this game so many times has me asking myself, why am I playing this? I'm only wasting my time. To get the full ending, you have to get all the other endings first, which is a long and tedious task. I could be doing other things right now, things that are a better use of my time, like seeing a movie, baking a cake, looking at some really shameful pornography, and I mean really, really shameful, like amputee toilet hardware handjob porn. Yes, that actually does exist. If it wasn't so repetitive, then it wouldn't be so bad. But I'm more bored than anything else. I don't find this game to be frustrating, but the fact that this game requires 10 playthroughs to actually complete the game, it's exhausting. I've only found one game-breaking glitch, that the game can and will freeze up. I've had this game lock up on me several times as I was playing it, and this isn't an isolated incident either. When I first got the game when it came out, I got it on the GameCube, and it would lock up on me sometimes and make an annoying screech. A friend of mine at the time had the Xbox version, and it locked up on him several times too, minus the screeching. And my girlfriend at the time also got this game for the PS2, and it locked up on her as well. The version that I'm playing now is the Xbox One, and it too locks up on me with no annoying screech, just like how it happened to my friend. In fact, it locked up on me so much to the point where I had to stop playing the game for a while just because I got frustrated on the 6th time it locked up on me. Ironically, it only locked up on me when I was doing the hero missions. Almost as if it was trying to prevent me from seeing them. So you have no idea how much of a pain it was to get all this game footage. When it would start to lock up, I would have to stop playing it and then go back to it the next day. I really wanted to see all the cutscenes, but they just all blend together as the intro to each stage is the same no matter which path you choose. For example, I start in Westopolis and complete the hero mission. I go to Lethal Highway and fail the hero mission and complete the dark mission instead. Then I go to Prison Island and the intro is the same as if I went full neutral. And because of this, the story is really inconsistent, and no matter which path you take, the ending is different depending on the mission you accomplished in the last stage, so your choices in the earlier stages have no effect on the endings. And speaking of endings, there are short 30-second blips that all look the same. Really? That's our reward? Yeah, I really want to play the game 9 more times after seeing that. It wouldn't be so bad if the stages and missions were short, but some of these stages can really overstay their welcome, sometimes clocking in at 20 minutes. Just because you need to find that last hidden, barely seeable enemy to complete whatever task for whatever alignment you want to go for. It's either kill this many gun soldiers or that many black armed soldiers, or ignore them all just to get these endings. Number 1. Shadow wants to destroy the planet. Number 2. He wants to conquer the universe. Number 3. He'll serve Black Doom. Number 4. He decides to do whatever he wants and kills Eggman, which is an ambiguous ending. Number 5. He thinks he's an android copy of Shadow and is better than the original and kills Eggman. Number 6. He thinks he's an android copy of Shadow and decides to conquer the world for all androids and kills Eggman. Number 7. Decides to stay on the Ark to protect it from those who would use it for evil. Number 8. Considers himself a failed and dangerous experiment and walks away, which is another ambiguous ending. Number 9. Considers himself the most powerful hedgehog now that he has all the Chaos Emeralds. Again, ambiguous. Number 10. Keeps his promise to Maria to save the planet. The last story more than likely continues off the pure hero ending because throughout the entire game, Black Doom doesn't really care if Shadow deliberately disobeys him. Throughout the whole story, no matter what you do, when Black Doom enters the scene, he acts like Shadow never betrayed him. So I can only assume that Black Doom just doesn't care what Shadow does as long as he gets all the emeralds. But what doesn't make sense is that when you approach a Chaos Emerald, Black Doom or the other characters will tell you to leave it. Really? We're going to ignore the Chaos Emeralds, something that both the good and bad guys want? They'll say they'll get it later. Yeah, well, it may not be there later. I can imagine Black Doom saying to hold off on them because he's evil and his main goal is to make the humans suffer. But Sonic knows that the emeralds will come in handy, so why not collect them? Shadow is the only one concerned about the emeralds, because he can use them to uncover his past, which is his goal. The major part of his Sonic game is that if something bad is going down, get the Chaos Emeralds first and foremost because they cannot fall into the hands of the bad guys. It's just so out of character to hear the character say to forget about the Chaos Emeralds. I'm not sure if I want to say that the story has plot holes, but there are a lot of inconsistencies because the story can go any way you want, so there's really no point in following it. Someone had told me that this game answers the many unanswered questions that I pointed out in Sonic Adventure 2 when I reviewed that game. The only answer that can be drawn from this game is that Gunn didn't like the idea of Project Shadow and decided to put a stop to it. While not stated, it's probable that Lost Impact happens before the gun raid on the Ark, which is the Doom level. So you can assume that because of the artificial chaos going wild, that Gunn didn't like Professor Gerald's experiments and then decided to put a stop to Project Shadow. But then another question is raised. Why does the Gun commander hate Shadow? It's an irrational hatred. Yeah, he saw Black Doom with Professor Gerald when he was a kid, but that really doesn't justify his hatred. He blamed Shadow for Gunn killing Maria and everyone on the Ark. If we stop there, it could make sense. But he became the commander of Gunn, the same people who conspired to kill everyone on the Ark. That's where his hatred becomes irrational. The military killed my friends, so I'm going to join them, become their leader, and get revenge on someone who had nothing to do with it. See, doesn't that sound pretty stupid when you hear it out loud? So what's the real story? Well, Shadow collects the emeralds, probably in a completely unrelated journey. Black Doom tells Shadow that he's a test tube baby created from Gerald from Black Doom's DNA. Oh, would you look at that? Shadow has 2 dads. Shadow saves the world by using the Eclipse Cannon to destroy the Black Comet after defeating Devil Doom, and the President and Gun Commander think of Gerald as a good guy despite the fact that he tried to destroy the planet 2 games ago. You know what I forgot to talk about? The sound. Probably because I turned a deaf ear to it. The music is good for the most part. It's very action-packed and only a few tracks fall flat. The best songs are All Hail Shadow, Never Turn Back, and I Am All of Me being the best out of the three. I don't think the other vocal tracks are that good, but there is one thing that I have to address: the voice acting. Good whatever deity you pray to, if at all, the voice acting is so terrible. I mean, it's downright awful. Every line is delivered very flatly. It's like none of the voice actors cared. And you guys wonder why I said the voice acting in Sonic 06 was good? Compared to this, Sonic 06 was done by Shakespearean actors. Kristen Stewart has more emotion than how these voice actors deliver their lines. There is no emotion at all, well, except for Eggman, as Mike Pollock is the only good voice actor in this game. I hate the flashback levels where Maria accompanies you. Her voice is probably the worst out of everyone's. It's the loudest and most high-pitched, and she doesn't shut up. Yeah, the other characters talk to Shadow as well, but you know what? They're mute compared to Maria. Also, on my many dredges throughout YouTube, I would find top 10 worst villains list, and they'd have Eggman on it because he constantly repeats the same line over and over again, and Shadow the Hedgehog was the game that they used as a reference. That's stupid for 3 reasons. Because it's not the fault of the character, it's the fault of game programming and script writing. The programmer's at fault for setting up scripts for the AI to repeat itself. It's the writer's fault for not having the character have more lines of dialogue for the character for when the same situation happens. And the third reason is because it's stupid that people who put Eggman on their top 10 worst villains list for that reason alone never even considered points 1 and 2. The characters repeat themselves constantly, even more so than they did in Sonic Heroes. It gets to the point where I just no longer care what they have to say or will say. I don't care if they're finally going to say something different. My patience for them has been worn down to the bone. The green gun robots also make an annoying mechanical sound. The gun soldiers only have 3 lines of dialogue that you'll hear all the time. Also, the characters curse, but they only say damn or hell, so it's very mild. But when they say those words, it's very forced. They might as well have not said any curse word at all. Before I give my rating, I want to give my final thoughts on the game. And I kinda like it. Now, before you get your torches and pitchforks, hear me out. This isn't that bad of a game. It's better than Sonic Heroes. Yeah, it's cheesy, and I like it in a guilty pleasure sort of way. Aside from the constant freeze-ups, there really aren't any game-breaking glitches that I've come across. The story and voice acting are terrible, but they're laughably bad for the most part. The fully rendered cutscenes at the beginning are well done and are a precursor to the art and animation style that they would use from Unleashed forward. But the core gameplay is fine. It feels like an improved Sonic Heroes. The gunplay is fine as long as you know what weapon to use. Shadow the Hedgehog is at least playable. Why would you want to? I don't know, but it's not the broken, unplayable mess that is Sonic 06. Like E.T., I think this game's reputation precedes it. They tried to do something different, and I'll give them an A for effort. But I think that people were just so put off by the game being different that it was quickly dismissed. This is pretty much an example of people saying, they changed it so it sucks. But to me, it's one of those it's so bad it's good type of games. And we all have at least one game that we know is bad, but for some reason we like it, and Shadow the Hedgehog just happens to be mine. I like it because it's bad. I think that if they trimmed down the story and pathways, it would have been much better. Maybe start off at Westopolis, complete one of 3 missions there, and then whichever mission you completed would just be the path that you take without switching, so you'd only have 3 endings. Making it so you only have to play the game 3 times to get the last ending, and that would cut down on the tediousness of the game greatly. Shadow the Hedgehog is a diamond in the rough. Really deep in the rough, but I do give them credit for trying to do something different, and I was able to tolerate it from start to finish. It's not as bad as people say it is. Sonic 2006 is definitely worse, as that game is an unplayable torture fest.
Back in 2005 when Shadow the Hedgehog was released, I had the same bad opinion of the game that I'm sure a lot of people had back then and probably still do today. I thought it was just another Sonic game, but one that would be forgotten sooner than later. Many years after the game initially came out though, and my gaming skills and knowledge had gone full pro, I realized that there was much more to this game than I originally gave it credit for, and that I was finally breaking away from the lukewarm reviews critics gave it and how disappointed and confused the people who originally played it were. Shadow the Hedgehog is by no means my favorite Sonic game, however that doesn't make it a bad game or one that I didn't enjoy playing through. To take a character like Shadow, who players only know very little about from the previous 2 games he was featured in, and make him the center of his own game where he too is trying to find out about himself makes for such a great concept and a journey that the player and Shadow can go on together. Shadow is such a dark and mysterious character that by adding that level of grit to a game without making it too scary or stray away from the core of Sonic too much makes it an enjoyable experience and definitely a nice change from the decades-old Sonic Defeats Eggman game. Initially, the game isn't something you'd expect Sonic Team to put their name on because Shadow's main combat isn't the homing attack but guns. guns he can find on the ground or in boxes, or guns that he can take from the Black Arms aliens or, yes, human gun soldiers. And I want to be clear, Shadow the Hedgehog was never intended to be classified as a shooter game. While guns are the main form of combat, I would consider them more of an accessory to the overall gameplay itself, which still requires you to run fast and platform your way through stages and obstacles. The homing attack is still a thing, and there are even some missions where you simply search for items and don't even need guns to get through it. While the inclusion of guns initially raised eyebrows, again, this is Shadow we're talking about, not Sonic himself, and the usage of them is not to that level of a real shooter game, so I don't think people should flip out about it as much as they usually do. Maybe it's more the fact that you're like attacking humans, but it's not very realistic, meaning that they don't die, and again, it's not like this is Sonic doing this, and murdering is not a key story element. The main focus of the story of the game, however, is that Shadow doesn't know for sure who he is, and he's trying to get answers about his past and gets manipulated by his allies and foes along his journey, where it is then up to the player to decide which path Shadow should choose by completing one of 3 accompanying missions for each stage. The hero path would often feature Sonic and friends trying to convince Shadow to destroy the Black Arms aliens in the level, while the dark path would partner Shadow up with Doomseye or Eggman, in which Shadow would have to eliminate gun soldiers. There is also a neutral path in which Shadow could simply take to the goal ring to finish the stage. Every stage was slightly varied in terms of exact missions and featured a wide variety of accompanying characters, with a whole lot of dialogue in each level, which is really fluid and adds to the intensity of whichever level you're playing. Within each level, you can switch between the 2 characters who are trying to convince you to complete their mission. Every time you played the story mode, the player had a choice of which path they wanted to choose, and depending on that choice would determine which stages and bosses you would progress to throughout your journey through one story run of the game. This had to be completed multiple times in order to unlock all the stages in the game, with each level being a different environment from the last and missions that change depending on your path, so in terms of variety it definitely mixes it up. When playing through the story this way, it really extends the life of the game and prevents you from easily completing it within a couple hours on account of every path needing to be taken at one point or another. Again, a very unique mechanic to the Sonic series that we haven't seen since this game, and with no character better fitting it than Shadow. By the way, the cutscenes look great in this game, they animate really well and the dubbing is exceptionally well done. In addition to modes available at the start of the game, there's also a secret mode only accessible as a reward after obtaining all 71A ranks in the game. It's called Expert Mode, which is a harder playthrough of the entire game, from the first stage Westopolis all the way to the last way. However, this time if you lose all your lives at any point in the playthrough, you'll have to start back at Westopolis again. To my surprise, this mode actually intensified as I went through it, but once you figure out the best way to grind for lives, the game's risk wavers quite a lot. In each level, the different characters who joined you in the main story of the game present level objectives and other little tidbits of dialogue to inform the player that Shadow is going through some kind of training. I thought this unique dialogue was there to suggest there was going to be a big payoff or some kind of exclusive reward for completing Expert Mode. However, upon completing it, absolutely nothing happened. I do find this very disappointing, at least they could have given me a thanks for playing screen. Aside from both story mode and stage select mode, there's also a 2-player battle mode. Here you can choose from 6 different shadows. It's amusing for a few minutes, but with no real objective other than to KO your opponent who can constantly and easily stay alive with one ring. It doesn't really get anywhere. This is the only reason where I could see people complaining about the shooting mechanics of the game. But if you're going to versus mode in hopes of a great first-person shooter experience, this game was not built to expect that. Again, it's fun, but only for a few minutes. Despite my ending complaints, I do think that the enjoyment and depth that this game has to it definitely outweighs any unappeal, and I can't really see why people hate on this game so much. At the end of the day, it was the way that this game made me like Shadow as a character so much more than I previously had, and in any other kind of context it wouldn't have been the same game. The interaction between the different allegiances in the game, and the vulnerability that Shadow faces enhances the internal struggle that urges him to pursue the answers about who he truly is, which in my opinion is such a manipulation only Shadow could personify. And through this embodiment does the game truly capture a feeling unlike any Sonic game before.
Now before I start this video, let me go ahead and preface it by saying that this is not actually a bad game. This is in fact one of the greatest games of all time. And you wanna know why? Because it fulfills my fantasies of like being a 12-year-old kid and wondering what it would be like if Sonic had a gun. I remember being a kid and thinking this is the most badass shit in the world. I was not a smart kid. God, it feels so weird coming back to this game after like what? How old was I when I played this? What, 12? 13? Definitely within the target audience this game is marketed towards. Well, obviously this character dies, no shit. Like, you get to hear about Shadow's edgy backstory straight out the gate. But basically, Shadow remembers this thing about this character named Maria, and then these aliens start dropping in from the battle bus. Alright, and then Shadow just runs into the Fortnite Battle Royale. God, this is a time when there was no Fortnite. Definitely can't imagine that something like that. And now, like, at this point in time, I just have to compare everything to Fortnite. Alright, so the first thing I'm wondering is, where do I get the first gun? Oh, hey, it's Sonic! You know, I was just thinking about how much of a big fan I am of Sonic. My friends keep telling me my interest in the series is a little strange, but I honestly don't know what they mean. I love Sonic the Hedgehog! The first thing that really stands out with this game is that every level has 3 different paths you can take, like the good ending, the neutral ending, and the evil ending. But what I'm thinking is, which ending do we want to go with first to start with? Since we're reverting back to my 13-year-old edgy self, I think we should just go back to the evil ending. Oh, okay, I killed him. I just like touched him and he died. Oh, I got his gun, nice. If we're running bad ending, we just gotta take out all the gun soldiers. Surely Sonic won't mind if we do that. Wait. Die. There we go. There's Doom's eye. I don't know if I like that arrangement, Zuckerberg, but seems like I don't have a choice. Uh-oh.
Gaming.
Shit, I gotta get the gun back. Yeah, I can't use melee weapons. The only thing I'm allowed to use in this game is the gun.
For his neutral special, he wields a gun.
If there's anything that oh my god. Wait, can I even roll into you properly? Whoopsie. Did I get him? Oh, hey, I got him. And as you can tell, I am fairly unacquainted with with the controls and mechanics of the game. It's just been way too long. Oh my god. Oh yeah, that's right. He curses. You really know Shadow is edgy when he curses when he does something as simple as just falling off a ledge. Honestly, really my type of game. Wow, this game's amazing. We need assistance. Yeah, I'll assist you. I'll assist you into the afterlife, buddy. Original joke. Was that original? It's probably original. Yes, sure thing, Mark Zuckerberg. Anything for you. Oh, I agree. Death to all who oppose me as well. Alright, so this is the dumb thing I definitely do remember about this game. If you miss like 1, 2, maybe 3 objectives, as you can see right here, I have to go through this entire thing and start combing for them and looking for them. So let's fast forward a little bit. That didn't take longer than it needed to, so surely I got an A for this, right? E. You know what? E's get degrees. That's the saying, right? It rhymes, so it probably does. Be on the lookout for Shadow, the Black Hedgehog. Huh, I wonder who that's for. I like how they just like waited here, just like let him stand there menacingly for 5 years. Are they even gonna like fire a bullet at him? That's not what you do if you're a trained military operative. Very impressive. They didn't even do anything. Shadow has no memory of anything. He doesn't even remember how amazing this game was. Why am I here? Oh, wait. Chaos sent me here. Wait, I should probably, like, control my character. Because I remember this is, like, the circuit world. I'm basically just, like, breaching the mainframe or something. Dude, like, I was literally joking about Doom being Zuckerberg, but, like, the joke fits so well. I guess Zuckerberg here wants me to find my way through cyberspace and control the mainframe so that Facebook is the top site of all time. Oh, hi. Hey, cool. I'm supposed to... Let me just gun these really quick. Then I'll chat with you. Oh, I don't want to be with you. Sorry, as a base gamer like myself, I got no time for women. What is this thing? Is this a cannon? Oh, a cannon! Explosion! I already said I'm not going to do melee weapons, but this thing looks cool and edgy, like Shadow the Hedgehog. Gameplay. What light? Where's the light? Show me the light, please. Holy shit, this game sucks. Wait, do I have to start from the beginning again?
Yes!
Oh my god. I just want out of this matrix, please. I spent too long in it.
Nailed it!
Wait! Why do I lose lives from this? What was this game made, like 2005 or something? Okay, I'm starting to get the picture here as to why this game wasn't considered very good. Oh, I got that memo. I figured that one out by now. And to think I called this a good game when I started this. Okay, so I run from here. Go straight up. Please just let me end this level. Let me up.
What a game!
Oh my god. Don't get angry. It's just a video game. There's nothing to be upset about. Oh my god. I really am going to get another E. And the thing is that I lied. E's don't actually get degrees. I don't know, man. Just grab the fucking light. No, no. Okay. No, I probably should have just used my gun. Probably would have been an idea. Get it! No! No! Oh my god. Alright, so we're just gonna go for the E playthrough of this game. Oh yeah, remember the president of this game has like a big role or something. I forget what he does. In this timeline, it's like the United Federation or something.
To defend our world against these invaders.
It is, in fact, the president's duty to ensure that Mark Zuckerberg and the Fortnite forces don't take over the universe. Because, boy, would that be a problem and a half. Where am I? Is this why I remember?
Where am I?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Wow, me and Shadow basically just have the same, like, thinking structure.
Dr. Eggman?
Shadow, I'm so glad you're here.
I'm not glad I'm here. I've been having a very bad time. I'm sure your situation is dire and stuff, Amy, but I, unfortunately, am doing the bad ending for this area. So, I can't really fulfill that request right now. And honestly, I don't care. Lift. Did I hit Amy with that? Awesome. Base Shadow. What is this? I want this. How's this fire? It's like a little Buzz Lightyear laser. Buzz Lightyear! Nice, the airship mission. Let's go. Permanent acceleration only. Oh wait, I need to get in here. Stop whining. Yes, it does scare me. I want out of this. You know what scares me even more? The controls for this game. You know what scares me even more than that? This game itself. Oh. Wait, I can change wait, I didn't know you can change missions like this. Hey! Huh, weird. When you hold fire next to explosive materials, it blows up. Are you serious? A wall behind a fake wall? Just imagine what this would be like in Dark. Oh my god, I thought I was just like about to run straight off the ledge for a second. Holy shit. Alright, it's that part of the game where I have to start searching, but it's probably around here maybe. Okay, there's the last one. That's it. We're almost done. No game overs. As funny as it would be to like accidentally jump off for content or some sort, no, I'm not gonna play this game longer than I need to. Alright, done. Now just give me the E. I'll take it. Not the best, but certainly not the... Okay, might be the worst, but I think finishing these levels is an achievement in and of itself. Is this boss fight? Shadow the Hedgehog versus Jim Carrey. Who will win? Why am I with Amy? I didn't mean to quit! Ah, shit. Alright, once again. So the key to being a good gamer is figuring out exactly how to go about fighting this guy. And I think the secret to winning is by taking this gun right here and immediately... Oh, that is what I'm supposed to do. Oh, I was just joking. Apparently, I am supposed to just walk up to him and just start gunning him in the face. Gameplay. Ooh, phase 2 time. I'm gonna change up my strategy. God, stop spamming the same move.
Nope.
Is he actually gonna do anything other than spam the same move over and over again? Oh wait, he's done a different move. Yo, no way. Oh, back to doing this. There we go. Wow, that was an exciting and very exhilarating boss fight. Really had my blood pumping that whole time. So I definitely got like an A for that performance, right? A+? Probably an S? A, yeah, that's what I thought. An incredible gamer performance worthy of just the straight A. Alright, so here we have Knuckles in the wild trying his absolute hardest to be good at the video game. Like, I'm at least better than that. Let's be real.
Your try, Scud.
It's times like these that I just like think to myself, yeah, it's a good thing I'm working with Mark Zuckerberg here, rather than whatever the hell they're doing. Oh no, not you. Yeah, I'll just kill your friends right in front of you. How's that sound? Use what? Use this? Ooh, this. What is this? Oh, it's a little rocket thing. Oh, this really is Fortnite, isn't it? Where am I dropping? Where's Tilted Towers? We're gonna blow those up too? Oh, it's just like Halo. How do I drive this? Oh, A. Get out of the way, man!
No!
I'm actually stuck. How do I get out of there? I got 3 minutes! Honestly, once again, Shadow is fairly relatable because he's just as good at driving as I am. Oh, it's just a nice Sunday drive going through the city. 47 seconds, I can do it. Oh, it was over here. Okay, cool. Can I clutch this? I might not be able to, but I have to at least try. One more. Where is it? All right, so first. Yo, I'm actually very surprised. Holy crap, I managed to do it first try. I definitely promise you, certainly never make that joke or make that excuse or like ever say anything like that ever. So give me my, ooh, I actually got an A. Yo, I'm actually surprised. I'm really changing things up. I was getting like the lowest possible score, but now I'm getting straight A's. It's probably because of how well I clutched that victory royale. #1 victory royale. Oh, and now we're in space, I guess. Mark Zuckerberg is like, everything the light touches is our kingdom. You don't even really see any reason as to why all humans must die, but Doom is like, yo, all humans must die, by the way. And Shadow's just like, oh, yeah, I definitely agree with that. Okay, sure, I don't understand what you're talking about, but I'll go through and do it anyways.
For what purpose do I exist?
Not important. What's the promise time? You know what, Zuckerberg, I trust you. Let's take out the internet together. Surely if we take out the internet together, I'll just get like a nice like share in all of the internet, right? I get like a percentage. How do I shoot this, by the way? Oh, wait, what? That, yeah, when Doom said, what are you doing? I'm thinking the exact same thing. What should I name him? I gotta name him something edgy. Like, if I'm taking on the role of Shadow, I need to name my pet something almost as edgy as me. Which is why I'll name this thing Darkness, my noble steed. Huh, that's cool. Wow, Darkness here is just a weapon of mass destruction. But that just fits perfectly with my Shadow the Hedgehog role-playing skill. Holy shit, all those bolts here actually just made my emulators, I mean my perfectly legal copy of this game slow down a little bit. How much longer, do I even need to get up there? Wait, oh wait, that was not my fault. That was not my fault, 100%. Oh wait, I missed some spots. I should probably... Okay, come on, game, I'm trying... What? I'm getting chain stunned here! What the shit was that? What? F you. Wait, get... Don't knock me off the ledge! What? I just lost! I mean, like, I didn't get much progress, but what the fudge? Family friendly, by the way. God, and to think I was defending this game when I started. Holy shit, this game's so bad. Oh, please let this be over soon. You know what? I'm kind of hoping this video flops so I don't have to do this again. So please, like, I'm begging you, please let this video flop. I'm not interested in playing another episode. But if you want me to keep suffering, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button and stuff. But like, please, God, don't. I really don't want to suffer through this any longer than needed. But if you guys do so wish, I will suffer on you guys' behalf. I am a people pleaser after all. I have my ult. All right, so I'll just like find a good spot to use this, right? You know what? Let's just do it. Use it right here. Chaos Blast. Explosion effect. Oh my god, like I thought we were just gonna have a nice time making fun of how bad this video game is, but no, this is just gonna be a complaining video. I don't even care anymore. I'm just gonna like complain about every bad thing in this game so far. I have to get off here. I need to make sure I don't mess up my jump though. Okay, I didn't mess up my jump. Just give me this. I can't even see it. Okay, I did it. Pink. Holy shit, am I very tired of this. You know what? D stands for degree. I'll take it. One final... Wait, is there a boss fight? Okay, there's a boss fight. I do remember this boss fight. We get to go up against the explosion missile cannon thingamabob. I remember this thing. Okay, so I go up here, and I just fire. Okay, so I just, like, run around here and fire at you, but I don't have any more gun. So, what do I do now? Do I just, like... Okay, I'm doing damage to them. You know what? What if I just did this whole time? I have one hand on my controller. I'm just pressing A. Let's see if this works. I'm gonna like speed up my A button a little bit. Oh, okay. I got second phase. Wow. Okay, can I like keep doing that? Oh yeah, that's right. I am too strong. Oh? You know what? I'm just gonna keep mashing A. I think this might actually work. Wow, this game's very well designed. So yeah, let's just chill here for a bit. Let's talk about some stuff for a bit. How's your day going? Where are you guys up to? Where are you guys going for Easter? Oh wait, Easter already happened. Where are you guys going for Halloween? Wow, I did it. Just like that, the explosion effect cannon is gone. Oh, and he's... That boss fight is almost as well designed as the last one. Sure, I got an A for that performance, right? A B? You know what? B's get degrees.
Do you honestly think you're f***ing funny?
Does that make sense? I don't know. My jokes don't even make any sense at this point. I'm just like throwing out random words and hoping that somebody might laugh at them. What's even happening? Where is he even talking from? Does he just have like a giant speaker on top of the moon? Arc thingamabob?
What?
Oh, that's my exact same reaction when I just hear about the fact I'm about to be exterminated. His voice actor is so... He must have like method acted. He must have been like, holy shit. Whoa, what? What's happening? Oh, hey, green. Oh, it's just like Independence Day. I can't wait for the Sonic Movie 3 to follow this plotline. Nice little dark tone to follow up on those other lighthearted movies. This is what it's all led down to. After all these like shitty controls and stuff, after everything we've had to deal with, I want nothing more to do with this. I just want to drive through here, take a nice, relaxing stroll, and not have to think about any of this. Maybe I'll like wake up in a better, more interesting video game with better controls, more interesting storyline. You know what, you can count the number of polygons on this car, by the way. Oh wait, I did kill it. Wait, minigun? I'll take the minigun. Yes, yes. There is no mercy. I wonder which way I'm supposed to go. This is me after I eat Taco Bell. What's this? It's like a little baby AT-AT from Star Wars. Oh, I remember this thing actually. This thing was like actually the most fun thing to use in the game that I remember. Like I said, I have played this game before. I just don't remember it being nearly as horseshit as it actually is. I can't see a damned thing. Why is my character in the top left corner of the screen? How is that okay? I'm just gonna use my ult here. Explosion. All right, 2 down. Does this even break it? I don't think it does. But that just goes to show that not even the most powerful chaotic blast in the world can even compare to the might of a rapid fire machine gun. Hi. Hello? That's cool. I agree, Zuckerberg. Let's deliver some swift judgment. Well, time for to go through like the Among Us cameras for a bit. They like told me no full auto in the building. I was like, screw you. I want out of this game. What's happening? Did I get my ult? What the fuck? What was that? I'm not even a good question anymore. Let's just go straight to the final boss or whatever this area is. No, that's right. The final boss is Sonic. I fucking love Sonic the Hedgehog. Not like this. Well, and like the robot thing, but Sonic. Yeah, let's go, Shadow. I've always wanted to fulfill my dream of performing worldwide genocide.
Sonic, if you try to stop me, I'll destroy you too.
That's so true, Shadow. Let's get him. It's time for an intense final boss fight to finish this route up. Okay, I don't think I'm doing damage to it like that. That's probably not how you're supposed to beat it. Wait, can I just like gun Sonic down? Hello, guns.
Hi, how are you?
Is it? Stop! Alright, good job. Hello? Okay. They're probably as confused as I was there. I don't even know what I'm doing, but it's like kind of working a little bit. I'm doing some damage. I might need a gun to like help make this a little bit faster, please. Wow, that was like the most powerful beam in the world. That made me lose like 5 rings. Well done, man. Where'd Sonic go? What is this boss fight? Hello? Have I told everybody that this is a very intense boss fight, by the way? So are you gonna like fire at me or something?
Huh?
Hello? Okay. Yo, that was pretty hard to dodge. Can like Sonic come back from his chili dog break and stop the world from ending or something? Please, I'm bored here. I guess the charge is complete. Now, we've been ending this for 4 minutes and 20 seconds now. That's the Fortnite number. Wait, Sonic's back! He finished his chili dogs, finally! Holy shit, I didn't think I'd see the day. I mean, this is how you play against Sonic in Smash Bros, so I think he is adapting properly. But honestly, it's a little bit broken how his shield's just not going down at all. as much as I would like to hold still and let you just finish me off, I have to finish this damn playthrough, at least this story section. Oh, hey, I did it. Honestly, I failed. From the moment I opened this video game, holy shit, that was bad. Alright, I did it. Through a lot of hardship, I managed to get through the evil route of this video game. CE for evil. And honestly, this is probably the beginning of my own personal evil origin story. I used to think to myself, Shadow the Hedgehog, such a tragedy. But now I realize, Shadow the Hedgehog is a comedy.
You should play Shadow the Hedgehog. This game's got everything, man. Just look at this opening. Motorbikes, aliens, guns, Sonic and his friends. See, it's just like Sonic Adventure 2. Come on, let's play. I'm sure we'll have a blast. I mean, let's not forget that Shadow can fucking fly, holy shit! Now, normally I would review this game in its entirety, but the main selling point of this game is being able to choose whether you're a goody two-shoes or a mean-ass hedgehog who don't give a fuck! I hit my hand on my table. Ow. This means multiple paths, so hold on to your shit streams because we're going for a fucking ride! Or I would say that, if I actually had the time to complete all the story paths. For this You Should Play, we'll only do one, but it's still gonna be the best fucking time ever, I guarantee! So bam, here we are, the best time of day, with good old Edgy the Hedgie reminiscing about his past.
Shadow the Hedgehog. Why does that name haunt me? It's the only thing I can remember. And that gruesome image.
Or rather, lack thereof. And wowzers, would you look at that? This game supports flashbacks. Why not put that on the back of the box? It's astounding. I mean, we are literally looking into the past. Isn't that insane? Wait, sir, what are you doing with that gun? No, no, no!
Maria!
At least he kind of looked like he didn't want to. I mean, it's a little hard to tell just based on the nose. So then all of a sudden, aliens rain from the sky! You get an alien! You get an alien! And then this Black Doom guy rocks up to Shadow and says, "Yo man, you gotta give me those crazy crystals. You promised, brother." And Shadow's just like, "What?" "Get those crazy crystals, man. I'm out." Oh man, that wasn't suspicious at all. Better go get those crazy crystals. Alright, so that's that. Time to have a wonderful time learning how to play the game in the first level. This will be just like Sonic Adventure and Sonic Heroes and Sonic 2. Oh god! This is so insane, man! Buildings are exploding, lasers are coming down from the sky, and oh look, hey, it's Sonic.
Long time no see. Looks like these black creatures really mean business. Let's me and me show them a thing or two.
Okay, let's go murder some aliens. Take this. Oh, no, wait! Oh! Please, Sonic, look at me. I didn't mean to, I swear.
This is a massacre.
Calm down, Shadow. We're only 50 seconds in. Oh boy, can't wait to kill more aliens. Got him! Guys? I got him.
Whoa! Not even Eggman is capable of something like this.
Maybe I picked the wrong team here. Just as well, because there's multiple options per level depending on what path you want to go. Holy shit, that's a big-ass starfish! Ooh, a crate. Oh no, shit. And Mr. Starfish here wants us to kill all the soldiers in the level. Oh man, really? I mean, I guess it's better than... I guess I have no choice. I'm sorry, old friend. Oh no, my one weakness. Slow jogging. Fortunately, I've got my own badass friends in the level with me. Say hello to the black alien. Whoa, bro! I understand that you're excited that we're alien friends now, but there's no need for physical contact. It seems that Sonic hasn't quite grasped the concept that I'm his enemy now.
Man, no matter how many we defeat, they just keep coming. Shadow, give me a hand.
Sure thing, buddy. Shadow has a multitude of abilities for you to utilize. He's got the classic spin jump, the homing attack, the spin dash, and now can perform the amazing feat of lifting and throwing a fucking bus! Holy shit! I can only hope that school was cancelled today. Not to mention, new to the Sonic franchise is vehicles. There's no way the military can stop me now. Oh shit, no, oh god, yep. Also new to the Sonic franchise is freaking chaos powers, which allow Shadow to unleash his full power upon his enemies. Like that one fast food employee you get who you just can't fully understand because of his heavy accent, and you don't want to ask him to repeat himself again because you've already asked that twice, so he's just say yes in the hopes that it's the right answer. And when you get your food, it's all fucked up because you've been given the wrong order anyway. Yeah. Fuck you, Franklin. One of these powers is Chaos Control, which you can either slow down time or rush forward quickly. The other is, oh man, I think I ate too much chili last night. So whenever you've completed the quest you've been given, wait, oh shit, I missed some. Alright, those guys by the emerald I got, I guess I should teleport back.
Come on, let's hunt down the black creatures.
Look, Shadow, I know what you're gonna do. Just hear me out, okay? Oh! Ah, here we are. Still going for it, huh, guys? So, it looks like I'll only have to kill 2 out of 3 soldiers here. Now, this is quite the dilemma. I mean, who do I kill? I mean, each man here has a wife and a family. Oh, well, actually, Frank here cheated on his wife, so he's first. But Harold and Jeff here haven't cheated once, and they're both great guys. I'd feel terrible killing either of them. Okay, you know what? I'll make this easier. I'll just kill the one who shoots me first. Alright. Let me have it, boys! Fuck it, sorry Harold. Jeff, be thankful I spared you. And BAM! First level complete! Wasn't that an incredible experience? Gee, Mr. Starfish, you sure do get floppy fast, but your wife isn't happy about that. Oh, that was a good one. Now let's not forget that Shadow the Hedgehog has fully voiced cutscenes, holy shit! Hey, if Metroid can use it as a selling point, so can I.
Unconfirmed sources have also reported seeing a black hedgehog in Westopolis.
God damn it, Jeff, don't sell me out. I knew I should have killed him instead of Harold.
And if you find Shadow with the black aliens, then kill them all.
But sir, isn't Shadow on our side?
Jeff, I just murdered Harold, like, right in front of you. So I guess that's what we're gonna be doing through our playthrough. I mean, just basically being a huge dick to whoever we meet. Oh, it looks like we're meeting with Jeff again, who has somehow cloned himself.
Stupid humans.
But Shadow, we had that great barbecue together. And you didn't bring a thing, you cheap ass. And now apparently we're gonna hack into a government's computer or something?
Go and access the United Federation's mainframe. Understand?
Got it.
I mean, I have no idea how to hack anything, but I'll give it a shot, I guess. Oh god, what the fuck?!
Shadow, this is the information highway system that they call cyberspace.
So this is what the internet looks like. And here I thought it was all memes and porn. Now let me just remind everyone that this is only one of... Why can't I articulate? I need a fucking thing I can do to like... I need a fucking exercise. Peter Piper picked a pick of peppers, but peas are easy to do. I need to do like shishes. Shadow sliced a silky shack in the summer. Shadow sliced a silky shack in the summer. Alright, that'll work, I guess. Fucking hell. Now let me just remind everyone, this is only one of 3 second levels. You've got others actually, depending on what mission you complete. So you don't actually have to do this level. So please, just take my word for it.
Oh, Shadow. What a coincidence running into you here. I'm on a government assignment to track down a chaos emerald in the area. How about we both look for it together?
Hey, hold on a fucking second. At the end of Sonic Adventure 2, you said you were done working for the government. For these heinous lies, I banish thee to the depths of hell! As I was saying a little while ago, there's a multitude of things you can do in this game that you previously couldn't. Such things include traveling through light beams and pole dancing! In Shadow the Hedgehog, you also have multiple ways of dispatching your enemies, such as jumping on them, the homing attack, punching for some reason, and guns. Now, in how many games can you say that you've shot down hundreds of flying government robots using a machine gun whilst inside the internet? Not many, I would hope. Bruce, how did you get out of cyberspace hell? Back you go! In cyberspace, there's some really cool ways to get around, such as the light poles, the light beams, the red paths, and these floating green— oh no, it fucked me! Huh, looks like we're gonna have to get past these antivirus walls. Fortunately, I'm a master of hacking, and the best way to hack is to punch. Take that, Norton! Shove it up your ass, AVG! You know, Shadow, you'd probably shimmy a lot faster if you used both hands.
But then I won't look cool.
Okay, so I don't need to grab the emerald yet. The place where I need to go is actually above it. This is actually really easy because another great thing about Shadow the Hedgehog is that you can use ramps to propel yourself upwards. Just like the classic game. Oh, no, that was close. Okay, that is not a thing you can do. Just ignore what I said.
Stop wasting time.
I'm getting a key, Black Doom. Get off my back. Hey man, if you're gonna be like that, I'll just do Rouge's mission instead.
Help me find the Chaos Emerald. Help me, help me, help me.
On second thought, maybe not. Die, computer, die. I did it. And here we are at the White House. I'm sure there's a huge window right behind every president's office space. It's not dangerous at all, don't worry.
Tell the commanding generals that the United Federation will never surrender to terrorists.
Yep, not aliens or whatever. You heard it from generic President 403, folks. What we're dealing with here are terrorists. But you know what they say.
Terror save. Because tear doesn't have to end with a wrist.
Beautiful, just beautiful. Oh, somebody give me a tissue.
This planet was once saved from tyranny and annihilation by you two heroes.
Do you always keep that picture there? That's a little creepy.
We must stand united to defend our world against these
What? No, wait, I didn't skip the cutscene or anything, I just cut him off before he could finish. I guess even the game wants to go fast. And now it seems that we're finally out of cyberspace, that's nice at least.
Isn't that Dr. Eggman?
Dr. Eggman? How many Eggmans do you think there are? Get the joke? You see, Shadow accidentally said Eggman. Well, it sounded like Eggman, so I made fun of the way he said it. That's the apex of comedy right here, folks.
The doctor must have gone this way.
Also, how the fuck did I get here? Oh well, let's just bash our way out of here and find where the doctor's go. Oh, go, Jesus!
Queen went into this weird looking castle and she hasn't come back out. Will you go in there with me to look for her?
Don't ask me why. I don't need a reason.
Looks like we'll be fighting Eggman's robots here. I mean, at least it makes sense. What with Eggman being... I'm pretty sure physics don't work like this. I think I'll just get off if you don't. Oh, okay, alright, I'm okay. Yep, I'll just go over. Oh, no, okay, bye! So this means the other mission is to help Eggman, I get. Yep, there he is.
I'd like you to go and light those giant lanterns. They're part of my special defenses.
Are these also a part of your special defenses? Special might really be the right term for this then. Then again, my team doesn't seem to be doing any better. Maybe I'll just help Amy with this one. No, Amy, I fucking did not! Have some fucking patience!
Do you remember how these balloons work?
Not like this! Please help me! Now, I must admit, this You Should Play is a little odd when you compare it to my other You Should Plays. It's almost as if this isn't a You Should Play at all, just rather a collection of jokes about the- Holy shit, smack a ball sack! That's a sick grinding section! Grinding section. That's what I was trying to say. Oh man, I wonder what secrets this room holds. Sure is difficult to see. Hey, what the hell, Amy? Those were mine. Oh gee, I wonder what could be behind this wall. Looks like there's nothing here. Better just move along.
Hold on! I think I can hear Cream's voice.
Amy, I had a good look. Don't you trust me? Fine, I'll rescue her. How'd you get behind a wall in the first place? It's a fucking wall! What kind of cheese we talking about here? Edam, Swiss, Brie?
What are you waiting for?
An answer, Amy, an answer! Now about these vehicles that I mentioned before, not only can you ride cars and such, but you can also ride motherfucking alien bats! Shadow, what are you looking at? The bat's right here. Oh man, look at this shit! You think you can do this in other games? Fucking, yeah. Yeah. This is a thing you sometimes do. Yeah. Well, Amy, it looks like we still haven't found cheese, so maybe we should just, give up and leave. That'll be you if you don't come along.
Hurry up and light the fires on my defense lantern.
No, Eggman, no.
Well, did you find her?
Yes, Amy, I did. You were right there. Ugh. At least I can take the edge off my stress with the balloon ride. At least this one seems relatively Oh, God! Where the hell am I even going at this point?
Maybe you should try breaking that.
Okay. No, I just wanted to throw away my weapon! Why are they the same button? Oh, this looks interesting. I'll just... I have been reborn. Oh, God, now there's a shitload of chow in here. And I have to find which one is freaking cheese? Fucking smells like cheese, maybe. Oh, I think I found a secret!
That sound! I think it was cheese.
Me too, I'm so excited! I mean, if cheese is actually in here, then I guess it wouldn't be classified as secret, but oh God, it's a go! And that's that, a piece of cake! I did so well on that level. I bet I'll get it. I got 0 points. Hooray. Oh, holy shit, it's Eggman! Time for a boss battle for the ages. One to remember. It's gonna be one hell of a tree, that's a tree! At least I can grab some guns from Eggman's robot so I can shoot him from far away. Amy, what the fuck? We are literally fighting Eggman right now. And bam! If there was ever a time to feel badass, it's now. Look at that A-rank. And you just ignore her. She's not with me, I swear.
Those idiots. They're destroying everything.
Well, it seems that Eggman's doing okay, especially after I unloaded 40 bullets into him 20 seconds ago. And we're fighting Eggman again, apparently. This time it looks like he's got a huge fleet or something.
Do these fools really believe they can stop me?
Yeah, sure, those PNG images sure are terrifying. And here it comes, the one special line.
This blue sky, staring at it from afar. Have I seen it before?
There we have it. It's out of the way. It's not like I've seen it again and again and again. Do you think you're being original? Fuck you. Fuck all of you. Fuck you. I'll do what I want, you ET piece of shit.
Oh, Shadow. Fancy running into you here. There's got to be some kind of peculiar power source that's keeping these ruins afloat. Find it and destroy it.
No, Eggman, I'm not gonna help you. I've got a freaking world to conquer here, right?
Good. You destroyed the first.
Uh-oh. Boy, these mechs sure are fucking fast. Look at me go! What the hell am I doing? Wowzers, look at me destroy the ship! This is nuts! Wow, that was much smaller than I thought it was. Oh, sweet, I got the motherfucking chaos control. It's time to skip the flying segment and... No, oh, come on! This is where it would be helpful! Oh, come on, you grungy fuck! I slapped myself. So now that we've destroyed all of Eggman's mega mini-ships, we're treated to an amazing cutscene.
Once again, I have failed my duty to protect our nation.
Hey there, Mr. President, could you maybe speak up a little there?
No matter what happens, we'll never surrender to these creatures. This much I learned from them.
Yeah! I'm on your side. Don't worry about it.
What a pathetic sight. Shadow, follow them. Make sure they understand their situation.
But I really gotta take a shit. Get it? Because he looks like he's fucking going real slow. So it looks like we're following the president, I guess. Ah, fuck, not you.
The black creatures are after the president's escape pod.
Is it just me, or does Tails' voice get more and more girly as time goes on? Well, at least in the days before colors. Well, I might as well let Tails follow me around, you know, just until Black Doom gives me a mission.
They're over here, too. No matter how many we defeat, they just keep coming.
We? Tails, I haven't even seen you kill a single black alien. Get off your ass and be helpful. Looks like I need some fancy footwork to get through these. They say, oh no, oh! Wait, I got hit though, right?
Go. Destroy that and kill their leader. Then watch its effect on the humans.
Okay, no problem. Just gotta get some guns from these enemies here, and I'll head over to the... Wait, hold on, I'm killing the president? And you thought Call of Duty was hardcore. Okay, so it looks like all I gotta do is send the plane down the red path here. Okay, that's good. Oh, no, I wanted to shoot the plane. No, why would you lock onto that? No, lock back. No, you fucking, no. Oh, hey, no, come back. No, oh. Here we go, now I'm doing it! I'm killing the president!
This shall be the last time that the humans ever see the sun.
Gee, Black Doom, that's a little dark. Well, I should probably get back to killing the president. Now, I know the mission isn't completed and all, but just fucking look at that thing. Like, even if I stop now, is that thing seriously gonna leave the ground? There we go, one president murdered.
I had no choice. I need to know the truth.
I say that, but I'm actually just a huge dick. Now let's see the chaos which will follow when everyone finds out the president is dead. Hey, I killed you! What the hell, man?
Commander, the invaders! Estimated over 1,000 black aliens inbound. They've penetrated our outer perimeter.
What?
Okay, it might be just me, but I think something's a little off with this cutscene. I don't know, I can't put my finger on it.
Now, I know what I have to do.
Kill the president. That fucker isn't getting away this time. Hup! So here we are, everyone. It's been a rough ride. It's been a rough ride. So here we are, everyone. It's been a rough ride, but we're finally at the final level. It's a little sad. I mean, I wish I could play this game for you guys forever. holy fucking smackaroos! Look at the size of this gun!
What? This is the last stronghold of the human army. Destroy the core of the base, and then this planet will be completely defenseless.
Destroy the cores, plunge the world into darkness. Easy, let's do it. I feel like I'm being a huge dick to mankind, especially when Maria wanted me to make people happy. You know, the one who sacrificed her life for me. Eh, whatever. Let's make our way to the... Oh, wait, did I miss a core back here? No? Okay, let's head on to the first core.
Shadow. The black aliens have broken their way through. They've got to be after the Chaos Emerald that's warehoused in the subterranean gun base. We can't let them have it.
Yes, Rouge. Good idea to tell me exactly where the emerald is. Is it not enough that I killed all of the soldiers in Westopolis? Is it not enough that I destroyed the government's database? Is it not enough that I destroyed one of your only chances of destroying the Black Aliens battleship? And I guess it's not enough that I tried to kill the fucking president and am right now trying to plunge the world into darkness so aliens can rule and all of mankind is swept from existence! So thanks for trusting me, and now back to the depths of hell with you. Gee, I'm not sure, but I might be a bit of a dick. Oh god, no, not one of these things again. Oh, it's still bad!
Can you believe this? They won't even let a top clearance operative like me in. Fine, we'll just force our way in.
Well, you know, that sounds fun, Rouge, but today I feel like bringing about the extinction of mankind, so maybe another day. And that's the second core down. Now to find and destroy the final core so Black Doom can finally achieve his goal, kill all humans, and become the ruler of the planet. And here it is. Yeah, I think I'll get the emerald instead.
I will not allow those creatures to take this emerald.
Well, that's that.
You disobeyed my orders.
Yeah, well, I told you. No one tells me what to do.
Shadow, why would you betray us? After all we've been through.
Well, the thing is, Black Doom, I'm not just a huge dick to the good guys. I'm a huge dick to everyone.